Hey, everybody. It's good to see you all. Hope everybody is doing good. Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody. Hello, Steffi. It's good to see you, honey. Hello, Penny Riddle. It's good to see you, ladies. Hope y'all are doing well. Hello, Todd. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing good, honey. Hello, Adam. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Thank you guys for being in here. Hello, Kristen. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing good, darling. Hello, Miss Sharon. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Mr. Michigan. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good. Hello, hippie grandma. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, darling. Hey, Miss Potty Mouth. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, honey. I don't see anybody else. If I miss you guys, I apologize. But it's so good to see everybody. I hope everybody is doing good. And I hope y'all have had a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for being in here. I'm doing pretty good, I guess. But y'all might hear me rant later, but it'll be all right. But tonight we are going to cover are you mentally drained, like mental exhaustion? I think mental exhaustion and mentally drained is the same thing. That's just my opinion. But I think it is the same thing. These kids have messed with my camera. I apologize, guys. Turn it this way. I don't know what in the world. Okay, maybe. Okay. Hello, White Angel. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being in here, everybody. Make sure you guys hit that like. We got 19 people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like for me. If y'all haven't subbed up, please sub up. But yeah, we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about mental exhaustion. I can't even say the word exhaustion. I probably said it wrong. Or mentally drained, as some people call it. Like I call it mentally drained. How does it pertain to well-being and mental health? Like and my hashtags, like I always tell you guys, is mentally drained, mental exhaustion, well-being, support, positivity, encouragement, motivation, awareness, mental health, mental illness. You are not alone, because I think everybody at some point in their life has went through this. If they're not currently going through this, it sucks. More than tired, advice, and lift each other up. I think those are good hashtags, guys. But let me pull up my information. Let's see. I can't believe it's already the middle of June. Good Lord. This year is flying by, guys. It's flying by. There it is. All right, guys. I hear you, Mr. Michigan. I hear you, brother. Thank you so much for coming in here and showing some support. It means a lot. Thank you so much. As everybody says, once I start reading, a lot of people go to sleep because they say I have a calming voice or whatever. So you're probably getting ready to hit the pillow there, Mr. Michigan. Oh, Lord. All right. It says how to treat and prevent mental exhaustion, or I'm probably saying it wrong, but mental drainness, something like that. Hello, Miss Julie, your small town girl. Good to see you, love. Hope your baby girls are doing good and feeling better. Thank you so much for being in here, darling. All right. Yep. We know you probably just passed out. We hope that you're not on the riverbank or nothing like that, Mr. Michigan. Hopefully you're close by where you can actually lay down somewhere and not fishing or nothing like that. That would be bad. It says how to treat and prevent mental exhaustion. You may be able to prevent mental burnout, or another word, like it's another word for it, by adopting certain habits, including getting enough sleep, taking care of your basic needs, and reaching out for professional support if you need it. What is mental exhaustion? You probably feel tired and drained after intense physical activity, right? Well, long periods of intense mental activity can wear you out too. To put it simply, mental exhaustion can happen when your brain receives too much stimulation or has to maintain an intense level of activity without rest. And, I'll stop right there for just a second. Well, gosh, I hope you don't, Mr. Michigan. That would be terrible. That would be another true crime story that we definitely don't want to cover because you're part of our family. So please don't fall out of the boat, brother. Hello, Rift. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Thank you for being in here. But like when like you can go to sleep and don't feel like you slept because your mind is still like real. I don't know what you call it. Like your mind is not asleep. Like you can be asleep, but your mind's still going Mach 90, if that makes sense. So it's like your body might have slept, but your mind didn't sleep and you're still tired. That's sort of kind of like in a way what it is. Hello, Demetrius. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. It says you might notice mental exhaustion, sometimes called mental fatigue or burnout or drained. There's a lot of words for it, but it's all basically the same thing, guys. Well, that's good to hear, Rift. That's really good to hear, brother. It says you might notice mental exhaustion, sometimes called mental fatigue, if you often work or study for long hours with few or no breaks, spend a lot of time each day dealing with overwhelming responsibilities, live with mental health live with mental health symptoms, devote a lot of mental energy each day to thinking through problems, worries, or other sources of stress. It's not uncommon to feel physically fatigued from time to time, and the same holds true for mental fatigue. Still, lingering mental fatigue can affect your ability to think, solve problems, or process and regulate emotions. Eventually, it can lead to challenges in your daily life and in relationships. Below, we'll explore mental exhaustion more in depth, plus offer tips to help manage and prevent it. Mental versus emotional exhaustion. Generally speaking, mental tends to refer to cognitive skills like thinking, memory, decision making, and problem solving. Emotional, on the other hand, has to do with feelings, including your ability to identify, process, and express them. You might notice emotional exhaustion when navigating difficult, painful, or unwanted feelings such as grief, sadness, anger, loneliness, and anxiety. Both mental and emotional exhaustion can leave you feeling detached, unmotivated, apathetic, and trapped. These challenges you're facing might seem impossible to overcome, and you might feel too drained to keep trying. If burnout comes to mind, you're on the right track. Burnout can stem from emotional and mental fatigue. Hello, Rocket Queen. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Symptoms of mental exhaustion. The signs of mental exhaustion often begin to appear gradually, but you might notice they seem to creep up more quickly during times of extreme stress, when your brain is working harder than usual. In other words, mental and emotional signs. One major sign of mental exhaustion: you feel far less alert than usual and find it challenging to focus, even when it comes to everyday or routine tasks. Other common signs include feeling of depression, including a persistent sad, low, or hopeless mood, lingering feelings of anxiety, difficulty caring about anything, a sense of detachment, cynicism, or pessimism. pessimism. Probably pronouncing those wrong, but I try, guys. Anger or irritability, difficulty processing and managing emotions, a sense of dread, a decline in motivation or productivity, feeling lethargic or slowed down in movements or responses, difficulty concentrating, remember information, putting thoughts together, or completely work correctly. Physical signs. Mental exhaustion can extend to your physical health, contributing to symptoms that don't have a clear cause. You might notice head and body aches, upset stomach, sleep issues, including chronic fatigue, drowsiness, and insomnia. Sorry, guys. Changes in appetite and weight, frequent illnesses such as cold and flu, a general sense of unwellness. Behavior signs. Ongoing mental exhaustion can begin to affect your everyday activities and behavior. You might find yourself constantly putting off tasks at school, work, or around the house. Notice a decline in your performance at work or at school. Drink alcohol or use other substances to help manage symptoms. Start to avoid people you usually enjoy spending time with. Feel irritable or distracted around others and have trouble paying attention during interactions. Have trouble managing responsibilities or keeping personal or work commitments. Find yourself calling out of work or school more often. Stress versus mental exhaustion. Nearly everyone experiences stress from time to time. It's the body's natural reaction to new, overwhelming, or scary situations. This biological response results in a surge of hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol, that help you respond to perceived threats and high pressure situations that require quick thinking. Once you've dealt with or removed the stressor, your body's hormones should go back to typical levels, but chronic or long-term stress can play a role in mental exhaustion. When you continue to face a challenge or set of challenges that activate your body's stress response, your cortisol levels remain high. Eventually, too high cortisol levels can interfere with normal body processes such as digestion, sleep, and immune system functions. In short, if you don't feel well and you aren't getting enough rest, your brain doesn't have the chance it needs to recharge and reset. Like I was just saying a few minutes ago, your body might be rested up from sleeping, but your mind might still be going and going and going. Kind of like somebody that suffers with ADHD, their mind's still wandering even if they're sleeping. Their mind's just constantly going and going and going. Hello, Summer Thunder. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, darling. Physical exhaustion versus mental exhaustion. You might feel physically exhausted after an intense workout or other physical activity, when you get several nights of interrupted or inadequate sleep, if you have a physically demanding job, during an illness or while recovering from one. Yet physical and mental exhaustion can also play off each other. So if you're dealing with one, there's a good chance you might also start to notice the other. Think back to the last time you felt exhausted. After a long day, your body may have been tired, sure, but your brain probably don't feel too sharp either. Maybe all you felt like doing was low-key activity you didn't have to think about. And on the flip side, mental exhaustion can affect physical performance, making exercise and other tasks that require endurance feel considerably more physically taxing and demanding. Possible causes of mental exhaustion. Mental exhaustion can happen when you often engage in tasks that require a lot of cognitive and emotional effort, especially when you don't build time for rest and self-care in your day. Triggers and causes of mental exhaustion vary from person to person, but some common ones include having a demanding or high-pressure job, working long hours without taking time off to rest, experiencing financial stress, job dissatisfaction, providing care for a loved one who's ill or has special needs, living with a chronic illness or mental health condition, losing a loved one, having a baby, lack of work-life balance, or emotional support. Hello, Bambi. It's so good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. prayers for you, darling. We love you, sweetheart. Thank you for being in here, honey. And I'm always here if you need to reach out to me, sweetie. Treating, treating and coping with mental exhaustion. Once you recognize the signs of mental fatigue, you might wonder what's next. There are a number of things you can do to help ease mental exhaustion. Making some lifestyle changes can help you address it at the source, while coping strategies can help you take steps to feel more rested and renewed when facing challenges that cause significant life stress. Remove the stressor. You may not always find it possible to eliminate the triggers of stress and fatigue, but this typically does offer one of the best ways to relieve stress in your life. Feeling overwhelmed by your responsibilities at work? Considering asking your supervisor or coworkers for help with tasks, or try delegating some of your responsibilities to others. Have difficulty keeping up with household responsibilities or caregiving? If you can't afford to pay for professional cleaning or other support, it may be worth asking friends and family members to help. Take a break. Time to rest and recharge can go a long way toward easing feelings of mental exhaustion. A break might mean any of the following: clearing your schedule of non essential tasks for a few days, taking an extended vacation. Boy, don't we all need that. Hey, Silent J, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Booking an hour of time for yourself each day, leaving your office during lunch and taking a full hour for a leisurely meal, walk, or other non-work activity, setting aside an evening or two each week to have dinner or watch a movie with friends. Relaxation techniques, guided imagery, breathing exercises, and self-hypnosis. Hypnosis. Lord, I can't even talk tonight, guys. Sure. Hypnosis are all examples of relaxation techniques that can help promote calm and ease stress and tension. Evidence consistently suggests that meditation in particular, can do a lot to relieve chronic stress. Examples of other relaxation techniques include yoga, tai chi, massage, aromatherapy, progressive muscle relaxation. Try to get more sleep. Quality sleep doesn't just promote good physical health, it's essential for overall health, which includes your mental and emotional well being. Aiming to get the recommended 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night can help relieve both mental and physical exhaustion. One way to make sure you get a better night's sleep, avoiding spending too much time in bed throughout the day, which you might feel more inclined to do during periods of mental exhaustion. A new bedtime routine can help you find relaxing ways to wind down, which can also improve your rest. A few ideas: take a hot bath an hour or so before bedtime. Try some yoga or gentle stretching before bed. Swap your phone or computer for a book, coloring book, or soothing music. Dim or turn off unnecessary lighting as you're getting ready for bed. Keep a gratitude journal. When you're already feeling drained and low, negative and distressing thoughts can seem even more overwhelming. To challenge unwanted emotions and thoughts and refocus on the things you enjoy in life, try keeping a journal where you note a few things you're thankful for every day. Alternatively, think or say one thing you're grateful for every day. Yeah, that's what I heard. I hope everybody is safe. A set of 3 studies published in 2017 found evidence to suggest people who practice gratitude and gratitude exercises tend to enjoy greater overall well being, fewer symptoms of physical illness, reduced stress, greater happiness, more relationship satisfaction, improved sleep, better physical health. Exercise. Mustering up the motivation to exercise might be tougher than usual when you already don't feel at your best or don't feel your best. At the same time, regular physical activity can have a positive impact on your mood, energy levels, and brain function, not to mention overall physical well-being. You don't need to engage in a complex or high-intensity activity to reap the benefits either. If you're able to, moderate exercise like a brisk half-hour walk can still make a difference in your mood and help you feel calmer and more relaxed. A 2010 study of 533 Swiss police and emergency response service corps found evidence to suggest moderate exercise wasn't just associated with enhanced health. It also appears to help protect against stress-related health concerns and make chronic stress easier to address. Research from 2014 supports this finding. In a study of 111 healthy adults, study authors found that those who exercise regularly seem to have a greater emotional resistance in the face of acute stress. Regular physical activity, then, can make it easier to manage mental exhaustion and other stress-related symptoms. Additionally, a small study from 2021 looked at the effect of both high-intensity interval training, HIIT, and moderate intensity training on individuals dealing with CV lockdown in 2019. Both types of exercise not only reduce stress, but they also reduce anxiety and depression, as well as increased resistance. Check in with basic needs. Sometimes rest can prove elusive no matter how exhausted you feel. If you're finding it difficult to recover from prolonged mental or physical fatigue, a good next step might involve exploring whether you're meeting or other important needs. Nutrition. Aim to eat a balanced diet and drink water throughout the day. Physical activity. Even if you don't feel up to a workout, try yoga, gardening, or a walk through your neighborhood. Sunlight and fresh air. Spending some time in natural light each day, especially if you aren't able to exercise, can also offer health benefits. Social support. Sharing your experience with loved ones can help you get the emotional support you need and perhaps even more tangible help from friends and family in a position to offer assistance. Another important part of self-care, reaching out for help when you need it. Trusted loved ones can listen and offer emotional support. Certainly, but a trained mental health professional can offer guidance with actionable ways to cope with stress and relieve mental fatigue. Hold on just a minute, guys. Remember, you don't need to have a specific mental health diagnosis to seek or benefit from therapy. Therapists can offer support when navigating any of life's challenges and stressors. Good night. Love you. Good night, guys. Reconsider your working conditions. Good night, honey.
Good night.
Say good night, everybody.
Good night, Dumpling. Love you.
Dumpling's not in here, honey. I think she's at home dealing with some storms. If your job constantly demands more time and mental energy than you can realistically put in, it may not be suitable, sustainable. All right, good night, Mr. Michigan. I told you once I start reading. Much love, brother. Sustainable long-term career option. Of course, you may not necessarily have the option of giving notice and taking time to search for another job. Also, coming home from work and spending the small amount of free time you do have on a job hunting might only exhaust you more. However, it can help you consider the options you do have open to you. For example, you might set firmer boundaries around working hours so you can rest and relax each day. Ask your supervisor about potential workplace changes that could ease some of the burden. Set aside a few hours each week to search for a new job. Take 20 minutes each day to network and explore job opportunities. Yep, she does look exactly like me. When to get professional support. Unrelenting stress doesn't just factor into mental exhaustion, it can also contribute to a range of other physical and mental health consequences. Eventually, stress can lead to a burnout where you can feel hopeless about anything ever changing and helpless to take action that might help. Mental exhaustion can have serious consequences, and not just for your physical and emotional health. Ongoing fatigue can slow your reaction time and contribute to traffic accidents and dangerous areas at high risk jobs. That's one reason why getting professional help for mental exhaustion sooner rather than later is so important. If you've noticed any of the signs or symptoms, consider connecting with a therapist. Mental health professionals can offer support with identifying causes and triggers, exploring treatment options, learning helpful ways to cope with stress, and demanding responsibilities. Thank you, Rev. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I'll put that up there. We appreciate your reading, Boss Lady. Thank you for your time and voice and comfort and knowing I have extended family support. Thank you back in our chat family. Well, you're welcome, Rift. We're always here for you. That's what the Rebel Angel family is all about. Supporting one another. It says a doctor or other healthcare professional might also be able to offer support, especially if you notice physical fatigue and other health symptoms. What about medication? A doctor or psychiatrist might recommend medication to treat persistent mental exhaustion, especially if you experience other mental health or sleep related symptoms. Possible options might include antidepressants, anti anxiety medications, or sleep aids. Keep in mind that it never hurts to build a team of caring professionals who can help you address all of the symptoms you experience. Some people find that a combined approach involving medication therapy, lifestyle changes, and other coping strategies make the most difference in their symptoms. Preventing mental exhaustion. Mental exhaustion can happen to anyone and it can't always be avoided. That said, taking a few preemptive steps can help lower your chances of experiencing ongoing mental fatigue. Take regular time off. Taking a short vacation or even a single mental health day can help you head off mental exhaustion when you start to feel depleted. Make time for self-care. Building time into your weekly or daily, if possible, routine for rest, exercise, and enjoyable activities can help you feel more prepared to handle the tougher challenges life throws your way. Rest when you're sick. Whether you're dealing with mental or physical symptoms, allow yourself time to rest and regain your strength. Trying to power through without any downtime will generally only leave you feeling worse. Well, that's good, Ty. I'm glad that's what I said. I think a lot of people, and this is some good information because I'm going through it, and I'm sure at one point in everybody's life, if they're not going through it now, they have eventually went through it at some point in their life. So this is just bringing up support awareness. It covers kind of all our topics, but it's also to help you guys, bring support towards you guys, lift each other up and let you guys know that y'all ain't alone. Like I said, I'm going through it myself and it sucks, but I just want to let you guys know that y'all are not alone, so that's why I thought this would be some really good information to go over. So stay connected to loved ones. Maybe you already know your loved ones can't do anything to change your situation. Still not forget the power of compassionate listener. Simply talking through what's on your mind can often help. It might even lead you to a solution on your own. Know when to say no. Taking on more responsibilities when you're already overwhelmed can offer a nonstop route to mental exhaustion. If you dislike the abruptness of no, you might try I can't, maybe next time, or I'm not available to help at the moment. The bottom line, untreated mental exhaustion can have a major impact on mind and body wellness, and eventually it can negatively affect your relationships with others and overall quality of life. Prioritizing sleep, getting enough exercises, and employing relaxation techniques can all provide some relief. Professional support can also make a big difference in your symptoms. A therapist can offer more guidance on treatments for mental fatigue and resources to cope with stress, along with strategies to help prevent mental exhaustion in the future. Hello, Pac-Man. It's good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. All right. It says burnout recovery, 11 strategies to help you reset. Follow these suggestions for recovering from burnout, stress, and anxiety, which includes speaking with a therapist and paying attention to your needs. Your brain and body can only handle feeling overworked and overwhelmed for so long. If you constantly experience high levels of stress without taking steps to manage or reduce it, exhaustion eventually takes over, leaving you emotionally and physically burnt out. You may begin to feel less motivated since it seems like nothing you do matters. Since burnout happens gradually, you might not notice symptoms immediately, but once it takes hold, it can affect your ability to function across all aspects of life. Recognize the signs. Key signs of a burnout include forgetfulness and difficulty concentrating, diminished pride in your work, losing sight of yourself and your goals, difficulty maintaining relationships and being present with loved ones, frustration and irritability with coworkers, unexplained muscle tension, pain, fatigue, and insomnia. Estimates suggest anywhere between 4 and 7% of working public may experience burnout, though workers in certain fields such as healthcare tend to experience burnout at a much higher rate. That's exactly right, Ty. Sometimes us strong people need our hand held too. That's exactly right. We're all human. None of us are perfect. We all have our goods and bad days. It says burnout can have a far-reaching impact, often negatively affecting work performance, keeping you from enjoying hobbies and time with the family or relaxing outside of work, increasing risk for health concerns, including cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, which I do have, depression, which obviously I do have, and I don't like to say that word, unalive. We'll just say that word, I guess. Take action to address burnout is essential, since it generally only gets worse. The next 10 steps can help you get started on the road to recovery. Find the source. It's tough to make changes when you don't know exactly what needs to change, but exploring contributing factors or sources of stress in your life can help. Burnout often relates to job and professional triggers, like the stress of an increasingly demanding job, but you could also experience burnout when having a rigorous academic schedule, dealing with relationship problems, especially ones that seem to circle with no resolution, caring for a loved one with a serious or chronic health condition. Hey, Tattooed Rebel! Trying to do too much on your own also creates an ideal environment for burnout to fester. Eventually, you bend so much you break, and that's when burnouts happen. That explain Barry Susskind, LMFT, a therapist in Los Angeles. Say you're a single parent with a full-time job, trying to take online classes and keep up with friends and loved ones at the same time. The stress that accompanies each single factor might be manageable on its own, but the combination can easily overwhelm you if you don't take steps to get support. Identify immediate changes you can make. You might recognize a few ways to lighten your load right away. 3 different time-consuming projects keeping you working long hours week after week. Those with a lot of ambition to succeed in their careers are tempted to do it all, Susskind says. But this can backfire when you end up with no energy for anything. Oh, you're in Greenville, South Carolina right now, Ty? That's where I was born at. Instead, try accepting that doing it all isn't realistic and ask your supervisor to reassign one project or add someone else to your team. Overwhelmed with work and personal commitments, but still can't bring yourself to turn down requests from loved ones. Those with people pleasing tendencies often take on too much to avoid letting anyone down, Sue Khan says. If you're already running out of hours in the day for things you absolutely need to do, adding more tasks will only add more frustration and stress. Evaluate your existing commitments and consider canceling or rescheduling a few. The immediate relief that brings may surprise you. This brings may surprise you. Talk to people you trust if you feel unsure of how to begin sorting through the causes of burnout and look for ways to ease your stress. That's normal. Burnout can become so overwhelming that determining how to address it still seems exhausting. It's also hard to identify potential solutions when you feel completely spent. Involving a trusted loved one can help you feel supported and less alone. Friends, family members, and partners can help you brainstorm possible solutions. They're close enough to your life to have some understanding of what works for you, but still have enough distance to consider the situation with some clarity. Yes, I was born in Greenville Memorial Hospital in Greenville, South Carolina. Opening up to people about the distress you're experiencing can take some courage, especially when you worry they'll see you incapable or lazy. But struggling through burnouts alone can make it overcoming and more difficult, as you never know, your loved ones may have experienced burnouts themselves and could have some valuable insight to share. Says examine your options. Make sure you guys hit that like button if y'all haven't done so already, and hit that subscribe if y'all haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for being in here. It means more to me than you guys know. Truly, it does. Thank you guys so much. It says examine your options. Unfortunately, addressing burnout isn't always straightforward, but this doesn't have to mean it will hold you down forever. Hello, TD Dean. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being in here. Hope you're doing well. You may not see an easy road to recovery, but a little exploration may unearth some kind of path. Maybe your boss keeps piling work on despite your requests from help from coworkers or time to finish current projects first. It might be time to start searching for a new job that respects your capabilities. If you feel burnout because of relationship difficulties, a counselor can offer support as you take a closer look at your relationship and whether it's serving your best interest. In short, when you give everything you have and it still isn't enough, there's not much more you can do besides move on for your own sake. Hello, Beachy. Good to see you. I understand about the reptile duties. They got to eat. They got to have a clean cage. I understand all about that. Sometimes just knowing other routes exist can renew hope and help you remember you have power to make changes, even if those changes don't happen right away. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. Had to ask my daughter to turn down the TV. Whew, Lord, it was loud. Says take back control. Burnouts can make you feel powerless. You might feel as if your life is rushing past you and you can't keep up. If outside factors contribute to burnout, you might blame these circumstances and have a hard time seeing what you can do to change the situation. You may not have had control over what happened to bring you to this point, but you do have the power to take back control and begin a recharge. Try these tips. Prioritize. Some things just have to get done, but others can wait until you have more time and energy. Decide which tasks are less important and set them aside. Delegate. You can't do everything yourself. So if more tasks than you can handle need immediate attention, pass them off to someone you trust. Leave work at work. Part of burnout recovery is learning to prioritize work life balance. After leaving work, focus on relaxing and recharging for the next day. Be firm about your needs. Talk to others involved and let them know what's happening. Explain that you need some support in order to take care of your health and manage your workloads productively. Set boundaries. Setting limits on the time you give to others can help you manage stress while recovering from a burnout. Accepting too many commitments can cause overwhelm, Sue Kynes explains. Before you agree to help someone to accept an invitation, she recommends the following. Push the pause button. Hello, Miss Pat. Good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well, darling. Oh, that's so great. That's so great to hear about your granddaughter's recital. Well, I'm glad it is Rocket Queen, darling. Oh. Says before you agree to help someone or accept an invitation, she recommends the following. Push the pause button. Take a moment to walk through everything that will be required of you if you agree. Ask yourself if you really have the time and energy. Consider whether doing it offers value to you. Part of the boundary setting also involves learning to say no. You're not lazy, selfish, or mean for declining a request for your precious time, Suskind emphasizes. Being selective about accepting commitments is key to taking care of your mental health, honoring the truly important commitments, and proactively preventing burnout. Practice self-compassion like I went over a couple days ago, guys. I know it's more like more people talk about being compassionate, like being a compassionate person, but it's also good to have compassion for yourself. So practice self-compassion. Be compassionate towards yourself. Reaching to a point of a burnout can bring up feelings of failure and loss of purpose or life direction. You might feel as if you can't do anything properly and you'll never achieve your goals. When you reach a point of burnout, you probably push yourself past the point of what most people would realistically consider themselves capable of for some time. What would you say to a friend in your situations? Chances are you'd offer empathy and kindness instead of telling them how utterly they failed. Grant yourself the same love and support. Remind yourself you don't have to be perfect, and that's okay to need a break. We're all human. So maybe you can't complete 3 proposals at once. Who can really? And so what if you didn't ace the last exam? You still got a decent score. I mean, try your very best, guys. Try your very best. That's what I've always been taught all my life. As long as you tried your very best, that's all you can do. Just try your very best. And don't ever say that you can't do nothing. Can't, never could do nothing. Can or try. In the end, all you can do is your best with the strengths you have. But you'll find it easier to use those strengths when you aren't running on empty. Paying attention to your needs. Taking charge of your physical and mental health is key to burnout recovery. In an ideal world, reaching the point of a burnout would mean you immediately take time off, clear your schedule, and dedicate your days to rest and relaxation. But most people simply can't do that, which I completely understand about that, because unfortunately, you bills can't pay themselves, so unfortunately you have to work in order to pay your bills. It's all a part of it, unfortunately. If you have bills to pay and children to take care of, quitting may seem impossible until you have other prospects. Exactly. If you have a family, I mean, of course, you have to support your family. You have to have food to eat. You have to have your bills paid, roof over your head, and making sure that your young ones are taken care of. It's all It's all very important, So unfortunately, sometimes you have to work in order to have the necessities that you need for you and your family and and your children. If you're caring for a sick family member who has no other relatives, you may not have anyone else to turn to for support. Practicing good self-care can make recharging easier when you try other strategies to reset. Try these tips. Make enough time for restful sleep. Spend time with loved ones, but don't overdo it. A long time is important too. Try to get some physical activity in each day. Eat nutritious meals and stay hydrated. Try meditation, yoga, or mindfulness practices for improved relaxation. Remember what makes you happy. I'm sorry, Rocket Queen, honey. I'm sorry, darling. I didn't do this. I'm sorry. Now I feel terrible. Hugs, Rocket Queen. I love you. Hugs, hugs. I love you, sweetie. I love you. I didn't mean to make you cry, honey. Severe burnout can drain you and make it hard to remember what you used to enjoy. You may have lost your passion for a career in which you once loved and feel angry and resentful when you get to work each day. Perhaps you no longer care about your favorite hobbies, or you've stopped responding to texts from friends because you lack the energy of conversation. You might feel perpetually irritated and snap at your partner or family without meaning to. To counter these feelings, create a list of things that bring you joy. It might include things like long walks with your best friend, taking your child to the park, reading a book in the bathtub with some candles around it, just calm time. Calm time. Make time for these activities each week and keep this habit up even after you feel more like yourself. Talk to a therapist. Confronting burnout isn't easy, especially when it's already taken a toll on your personal relationships and quality of life. Love you too, Rocket Queen, honey. I love you all. A therapist can offer professional guidance by helping you identify causes, explore possible coping methods, and navigate any life challenges contributing to burnout. Burnout can provoke feelings of helplessness and can also play a part in feelings of depression. So it's particularly important to talk with a therapist if you feel hopeless, have a persistent low mood, experiences thoughts of hurting yourself or others. Resetting yourself after burnout can be a lengthy process, but by choosing to address it, you've already taken the first step. Yes, we love you, darling. All right, let me see if that's everything, guys. Oh, this is another one. 12 signs you need to take a break ASAP. Running errands, keeping up with an ever-growing pile of laundry, caring for a small person while juggling work. It can all become a bit much, but that by the time you lay down for the night, your head is spinning with an endless to-do list that only keeps growing. That's what I said. Your body might be sleeping, but your mind's still going Mach 90. Symptoms of burnouts can vary from person to person, but if you notice any of the following signs in yourself, it may be time to take a step back and slow down. You're restless. One big sign that you may be taking on too much is never feeling well rested. Maybe you aren't taking enough breaks at work or frantically hopping from one project to the next without slowing down. When you finally do attempt to relax, you have a hard time sitting still or quieting your mind. This can make it hard to recharge when you need it the most. Number 2, you're awake at all hours of the night. Sleep is one of the first things to suffer when you get stressed or overwhelmed. Take notice if you're staying up extra hours trying to finish a project or begin waking up at odd hours without being able to fall back asleep. You may also be dealing with insomnia if you've had sleep disturbances at least 3 nights a week for at least 3 months. Sleep problems are creating major distress or causing problems in your ability to function. You're eating differently. Changes in your eating habits can also be a good indicator of when you need to take a break. In some cases, you might notice yourself eating less than usual or skipping meals without realizing it. Or you might find yourself eating more than usual and always on the hunt for a snack, even if you aren't hungry. Both scenarios could be a sign of stress. You have no motivation, dragging yourself to your job or losing interest in things you once enjoyed can mean you've reached the point of burnout, where you once the go-to person for organizing social events or work, but can no longer muster the motivation. High stress levels can turn activities you once enjoyed into monstrous tasks you do out of obligation. You're sick all the time. Can't knock that one cold. Can't knock that one cold. Keep getting knocked out every time a bug goes around the office. Frequent illnesses may be a sign that stress is having an impact on your immune system. Too much stress may lower your body's ability to fight off infections. You feel zapped of energy. Excessive stress can leave you feeling physically and mentally exhausted, even after 9 hours of sleep. You may find it that it's taken you an extra 10 minutes to get out the door in the morning, or your usual workout is feeling extra difficult, even though nothing's changed. Number 7, you have a hard time concentrating. Are you struggling to follow what's being said during a meeting, or do you find yourself rereading the same 2 lines when you try to unwind with a good book? No one is immune to mild forgetfulness or off days from time to time, but if you find that your usual tasks are taking longer or feel harder to get through, you may have too much on your plate. Number 8, you feel indifferent about your life. It's normal to feel a bit down every once in a while when it comes to your work and other responsibilities, but you shouldn't constantly feel demoralized by what you do. Your daily activities and tasks should give you a sense of satisfaction and achievement after completing them. Waiting for the time to pass you by or generally feeling bored all the time makes it hard to feel connected and engaged, which can signal an uncoming burnout. Hey, Dumpling. Good to see you, honey. Hope everything is going good on your end with the storms and everything. Number 9, you're getting cynical or negative. Are you snapping at people more often than not? Is everyone getting on your last nerve? In the beginning, burnouts can look like mild tension and irritability, but it can quickly turn into angry outbursts at work or at home. You may not even know what you're mad about, just that you're in a permanent state of cranky. Paying attention to your frustration can help you determine whether you're overacting to minor annoyances. Here are some questions to ask yourself. Have you become increasingly impatient with coworkers lately? Do you have more frequent outbursts after a challenging day? Have you screamed or snapped at an innocent bystander and felt shocked afterwards? Hey, Ghost Devil, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Number 10, you're withdrawn, finding yourself turning down plans as you go or making up excuses to avoid social plans. Solo time is important and necessary, but when you're under a lot of stress, it can isolate you and potentially damage your relationships. Look how often you avoid going out and seeing people and whether you used to be a lot more social. Number 11, you're self-medicating. Do you fix yourself a quick drink as soon as you walk in the door after work or keep marijuana in your back pocket for your commute home? There's nothing wrong with doing this from time to time, but make sure you're not relying on drugs or alcohol as a tool for coping with stress. Consider seeking help or new relaxation techniques if you notice that you can't stay away from a particular substance, even if you wanted to. You find yourself needing more of a substance to achieve the same effects. You experience withdrawal symptoms when you go without the substance. You spend most of your day looking forward to or thinking about using the substance. You aren't enjoying your favorite things. Losing interest in things that you once loved is a telltale sign that something not quite right. If going to the movies or dining out with friends was once fulfilling, but has started to feel pointless, it's time to take a step back. Feeling apathetic about things you once loved can be a sign of a burnout, but it can also be a symptom of depression. The bottom line, Everyone needs a break from time to time, but it can be hard to recognize when it's time to hit the pause. If you find yourself feeling a bit off or doing things different than you used to, you may need a break from your daily grind. Not sure how to get started? These 10 tips to beat feelings of overwhelm can help. This is on healthline.com, and then you go in the search bar if you're curious. You go in the search bar and you do whatever you would like, whatever you would like in the search bar, guys. But it's healthlinetogether.com. And it covers all kinds of stuff. See, it covers all kinds of stuff, guys. And then this is Discover vitamins and all. It's all kinds of good stuff. And then like here's plans, and then here's Connect, like like breast cancer, migraine, inflammatory bowel disease, multiple sclerosis, psychiatric arthritis, psoriasis. Just it's all kinds of information. It's a really good website. Hello, Gone Girl. Virtual hugs, darling. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a wonderful day with your mom. So good to see you, sweetheart. So good to see all you beautiful people in here. Finding yourself. Okay, let's see. You may also want to consider reaching out to a therapist for additional support. That can help you identify major sources of stress in your life and can help you come up with ways to prioritize for your own well-being. Keep in mind that many of these signs overlap with symptoms of depression. If you find that these feelings persist even after taking a restful break, it's worth following up with a mental health professional. You have a good night too, TD. Thank you so much for coming in here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hello, Hindsight 2020. How are you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. You come back anytime, TD Dean. Thank you so much for coming in here. All right. It says, you should never hesitate to take a mental health day. Taking sick days for physical health is commonplace, but the practice of taking time off work to tend to your mental health is more of a gray area. They don't really. Yes, please be careful, Dumpling. If you're in them storms, honey, please be careful. Please be careful, darling. Many companies have policies for mental health or personal days, but it can still be hard to take time off when you simply need a mental break. You may feel guilty or hesitant to use one of your previous or precious PTO days and push yourself to show up anyway. Yet when you're feeling too stressed, you and your work suffer, potentially leading to issues that can hurt your performance and coworkers. Knowing when to take a mental health day for yourself is critical to maintaining your overall health and well-being, both in and outside of the workplace. Here's everything you need to know about how to take a mental health day. Doing pretty good, honey. When to take one. If you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, having trouble focusing or concentrating on work or at home, or are more irritable, then you may want to consider taking a mental health day. If you think about your life as a plate with sections for work, family, life, and things you like to do, and the plate is overflowing in all areas with the things you like to do, and it's time for you to take a break and participate in self-care. Dr. Ashley Hampton, a licensed psychologist and symptom strategist, tells Healthline, it can be too easy to convince yourself that poor mental health isn't a good enough reason to take time off from work. If you're physically able to work, why not go in and get paid? But remember that your mental health is just as important to your overall well-being as your physical health. Just like about any illness or bodily distress, your mind needs time to rest and recover. We ain't talking about the usual Sunday scaries or just feeling bored or not excited to go into the office. If you wake up and feel especially stressed, down, or anxious at a level that impairs your functioning, it's time to consider taking the day off. Of course, sometimes you just feel unexplainably off. It's okay to take the day to yourself then. to use your personal judgment and listen to your body. Everyone needs a mental health day from time to time. What to say to your boss? Unfortunately, the debate over mental health days is still prevalent in many companies, meaning what you say to your boss is important. In terms of mental health days at work, I highly encourage using sick time to take care of your mental health, Hampton says. How to go about taking a mental health day can be tricky. I encourage everyone to determine what specific company policy is before saying anything about mental health. Not all company policies consider mental health a valuable reason to take a sick day. In this case, it would be prefer, preferable to simply ask for sick time in a way that's consistent with company culture, she says. It may be frustrating if you're unable to directly explain why you need time off, but as long as you're honest in that you're sick, not specifying it's for your mental health, it's fine. When you're requesting time off, it's okay to be brief. You do not need to go into detail about why you're taking a sick day or mental health day unless you want to, but don't feel like you need to justify or explain it to anyone. Note, there are some reasons why a person wouldn't have to tell their employee why they're taking the day off. This is the case if the reason is covered by Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. It says how to spend your mental health day. Just like you treat any sick day, do things that make you feel better. On your mental health day, focus completely on yourself. It isn't a day to catch up on your laundry or email or cleaning your home or even running errands. Design your mental health day completely for you and about you, Hampton says. If you enjoy having a massage, reading a book, watching a movie, then do those things. If you are going to take your day off of work, make every minute count. The goal is to reduce any negative emotions like stress and overwhelm, she adds. Of course, if doing laundry and cleaning is therapeutic for you, either because of the actual chore itself or the feeling of accomplishing a task, then knock yourself out. Just make sure whatever you're doing makes you feel more at ease and relaxed. For some people, that could mean doing a puzzle. For others, it could mean scrubbing the bathtub. Give your brain a break and do activities that you enjoy. Completing fun activities will help you relax and remind you what it feels like to take care of yourself and not everyone else all the time, Hampton says. Mental health days can also be a great time to practice self-care, whether that means doing a 12-step skincare routine or going for a jog in your favorite park. It also means sitting in a bed all day, watching Netflix and eating cereal. Self-care looks different for everyone. Spending your mental health day doing things you know are beneficial to your mental and physical health. You don't have to learn how to knit or get a facial if you aren't sure whether it will make you feel better. Try making a list of activities that bring you joy and lift your spirits. Consult it if you need some inspiration. Yes. Hey, Criminal Mad. Good to see you, love. I know. I love your paintings, darling. If you already see a therapist and you feel like you benefit from an extra session during your mental health day, call them and ask them if a slot available for an in-person or virtual session. There are also free online counseling services such as 7 Cups, which allows you to connect via text message to a trained volunteer to receive emotional support. You don't have to go through a rough time alone. That's why I said, I might not be a counselor, I might not be a doctor, and I was like, yes, but I'm here for each and every one of you guys. I can't give you medical advice because I myself suffer, but and I wouldn't do that because I'm not licensed or nothing like that. So I'm not claiming to be anything like that. But if y'all need somebody to talk to as a friend, as somebody that cares about you and loves you, for who you are, I'm here for each and every one of you guys. And there won't be no judgment. There won't be nothing said, because I've been backstabbed before growing up and talked bad about and bullied and all that stuff. And it sucks. So when I say that I'm wholeheartedly there for you guys, I really wholeheartedly am. I real wholeheartedly am. So please reach out if y'all just need a friend to talk to or somebody to lift you up and lift your spirits up or whatever the case may be until you can get in with a counselor or doctor or whatever. I'm here for each and every one of you guys. And I have, Facebook. The Nightbot will be showing my Facebook and the Nightbot also will be showing my email. I think it does my text now number too, but my text now, if anybody's texting me on my text now, it's acting kind of funky. So I will let you guys, I mean, like I'm getting it, but it's like sends them kind of weird. It sends them really off. But I just want to let you guys know I'm here for each and every one of you guys. That's right. That's right, criminal man. Medicine right now is only about minutes and money. Save your bucks and find a Becca. That's right, honey. Well, you're welcome, Ty, honey. You're welcome, sweetie. Thank you, Rocket, honey. I love you guys. Says takeaway. It may feel weird at first to do things like getting a massage or sitting in the park on a day that you'd otherwise be working, but these activities can go a long way towards helping you feel better. The important thing is to do what makes you feel good, not what you think should be doing. Once you take your first mental health day, it'll only be easier to take them in the future and not feel guilty about it. The goal is not to get out of work. It's to heal your mind so you can return feeling more relaxed, positive, and ready for a productive day. Mental health days are necessary for healthy, happy employees and a better workplace overall. Y'all talking about cleaning. I think Beachy was talking about cleaning. I know this is a long one, guys, but it's a lot of good information. I apologize. I know but I mean, it's a lot of different sections in one website. But I know y'all was talking, some people was talking about deep cleaning. I know Beachy was talking about cleaning. Kristen, I believe, was talking about cleaning. There was a couple of y'all talking about cleaning. It says 8 ways to give your mind a deep cleaning. It says giving your brain a quick reboot when you feel stressed or struck. Shoo, stuck can help clear out the backlog of thoughts in your working memory and leave you with a tidier mental workspace. Think about a desk stacked high with bits and pieces of different projects, memos, and important papers. When you need to find a specific piece of information, this clutter might make your job pretty difficult. Similarly, I can't even say that word. Absolutely, Beachy. Mental health day, totally necessary. If you possibly can, definitely. Let's see. Similarly, when unnecessary or troubling thoughts pile up in your brain, you might need to end up cycling through the same unwanted mental data. A fruitless search for a memory or other important thought can leave you feeling froggy and overwhelmed. Not to worry, though, when it seems your mind isn't operating as smoothly as it could, the 8 tips below might do the trick. Practice mindfulness. Training yourself to become more mindful can benefit you in a number of ways. For one, it can help you stay present and focused on what's happening around you. Being present means, among other things, you can give your coworker your full attention as they explain how to perform a complicated task instead of getting waylaid by things you need to add to your to-do list, the dinner ingredients you need to pick up later, the ever-expanding list of potential reasons your recent date never texted you back. Learning to mindfully direct your attention to one task at a time can help you gently let go of those background thoughts. They're still there, but they're resting more quietly under the surface instead of clamoring for your attention. This helps free up mental bandwidth, making experiences more enjoyable and less rushed. Meditation, particularly mindfulness meditation, can help boost mindfulness and relieve stress by teaching you to sit with distracting thoughts, acknowledge them, and let them go. But even if meditation doesn't work out, you can still use mindfulness to increase your awareness as you go about your day. Here's how. Focus on sensations. Use your 5 senses to fully tune into the experiences of daily life, however mundane they may seem. Scrubbing the shower. Pay attention to the rhythm of the sponge, the scent of the cleaner, the smooth texture of the tub. Cycling to work. Notice the wind on your face. The different scents in different areas you pass, the tightening and loosening on the muscles as you pedal. Focus on your breath. If you start to feel overwhelmed, intentionally slowing your breathing can help you ground yourself and return to the present. Breathe in slowly, hold a breath for a few seconds, then breathe out again. Repeat 10 times. Stay curious, fully opening your mind to what you can learn from a given situation can help you maintain your concentration. When feelings come up, ask yourself what triggered them and why. If you center on the same distracting thought, trace it back to the source to learn more about what causes it. You'll probably notice your thoughts continue to drift occasionally. This is normal, so try not to criticize yourself for not being mindful enough. Instead, just return your thoughts to whatever you want to focus on. It can take time to pick up the skill, but eventually your mind will grow accustomed to staying present. Write it out. When your mind brims over stressful thoughts, it's not always easy to sort through them and determine what causes the most distress. If you ever kept a journal, you might already know that putting your thoughts down in writing often makes it easier to explore them. Research shows the idea that journaling can help decrease intrusive thoughts and other mental clutter. As a result, working memory and other cognitive functions can operate more smoothly and potentially relieve stress at the same time. The ability to read over your thoughts after you're written them down can make patterns and problems stand out. After a free writing session, you might even realize you weren't all that aware of some of the worries you jotted down. Now that you've entered your consciousness, you can begin addressing them for lasting relief. What's more, writing out your feelings can seem almost like a symbolic act. When you put them on paper, you're transferring them out of your mind in a sense. Hello, Shani B. It's good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. Hope your daddy's doing good and healing good. Good to see you, sweetie. Try these journaling tips. Be consistent. Dedicate at least 15 minutes to writing each day. Tip: try writing in the evening as part of your bedtime ritual. Go with the flow. Write about anything that comes to mind instead of crossing things out of or censoring yourself. Simply let your thoughts flow. Keep it close. Keep your journal with you to keep track of any difficult or recurring thoughts during the day. Take time to reflect, look back on what you've written, and note how things have changed or remained the same over time. Use these clues to help explore areas for future growth. Get musical. Plenty of people enjoy listening to music, but music offers more of a pleasant auditory experience. It can help relieve stress and improve mood, improve concentration and memory, motivate learning, promote neuroplasticity, or the ability of the brain to adapt. If you listen to music regularly, you may have already noticed it makes it easier to keep your attention on your work and complete it successfully. Maybe you even had a few choice songs that help you refresh between tasks and switch your focus, or a playlist that provides a sense of calm when you're feeling bombarded by anxious thoughts. You probably aren't imagining those effects, so keep listening. Music has plenty of benefits. That's right, Beachy. Get musical. Exactly. Sleep it off. A good night's sleep can refresh you when you feel physically tired. What you might not know, though, is getting enough sleep can also help safeguard against mental fatigue and emotional distress. Insufficient or poor sleep can interfere with your ability to solve problems and make decisions, and you might find it harder to remember important information or regulate your emotions. Feeling overly tired can also lead to mental overwhelm, making it more difficult to detach from your jumbled thoughts and concentrate on what you need to do. To reset your brain for optimal daytime performance, aim to get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep each night. Falling asleep is often easier said than done, particularly when anxiety and looping thoughts run an endless track in your brain. If it sounds familiar, check out these 17 tips for better sleep. Like I said, this is on healthline.com, and you can always go into the search bar and search in whatever you would like. Take a walk. Changing your environment and getting outside for a walk offers a great opportunity to clear your head and refocus. Improve creativity is just one of the benefits of good walk. 2014 research suggests Walking also helps promote more freely flowing ideas, so a regular daily walk can help you reset when the same thoughts keep popping back up to distract you. Exercising for 20 or 30 minutes can help improve decision making and reaction time just before a cognitive task. But walking also offers long term benefits too. For better overall brain health and reduce stress into a bargain, try adding a brisk walk or any other exercise to your regular routine. Keep your pace keep Lord have mercy. Keep your space tidy. As procrastinators the world over know, an intense cleaning session offers a perfect escape from a difficult or unpleasant task. There may be more to this particular approach than simply putting off your work, though. Consider your reasons for procrastination. Perhaps you feel stuck or unsure how to get started. You may not realize it, but your surrounding environment can have a big impact on your mental environment. When your brain feels just as cluttered as your desk, you may have trouble concentrating or grasping the ideas you're searching for. As a result, you'll end up finding ways to distract yourself from the lack of productivity. Hello, Mama P.I. Good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well, darling. Putting up your work area back in order can help you refresh your thinking process, but it could also take a lot of time. Not good with what when you're on a tight deadline. Instead, try making a regular effort to maintain the tidiness of your workspace to boost cognitive function and improve workflow. Focus on unfocusing. Struggling to concentrate, sometimes the best way to solve this problem is to simply stop trying. Think of it in terms of physical exercise. Your body would have a pretty tough time joggling all day without a break, right? Well, your brain needs downtime too. Letting yourself unfocus by briefly zoning out activates the default mode network in your brain, giving it a chance to take a rest. Just as sleep benefits you, this rest period benefits your brain. Unfocusing can help promote creativity, sharpen thought processes, and improve memory and learning. A few key ways to unfocus: take a nap, go for a walk, daydream. Just make sure it is a helpful type of daydreaming. And doodle. Talk about it. Felt uh, Ever felt energized and completely renewed after a long talk with someone you trust? Most likely that wasn't just a fluke. Expressing bothersome feelings out loud often helps lighten any tension that generated. When thoughts weigh on your mind less heavily, they might naturally clear out your immediate consciousness, leaving you feeling refreshed. Discussing your problems can help you lay them out more logically, since you have to explain what's troubling you in a way that others understand. This often enables you to get some new perspective on the situation and arrive at potential solutions you might not have considered before. Take Talking to family and friends can help you start working through frustrations and clearing out your mind. If you can't seem to break out a mental fog on your own, though, a professional can offer a little extra support. A therapist can help you explore reasons behind concentration difficulties, identify and address patterns of looping thoughts, learn coping skills and techniques to refresh your mind, address any underlying mental health symptoms factoring into mental clutter. The bottom line: the brain may not actually have a restart button, but there are plenty of things you can do to reboot. If the strategies above fail to help clear your mind and improve your focus, talking to a therapist is the next good step. Whew, Lord, that was a lot. And I have one more, guys, but it is not nearly as long. And then I'll pull up panel for a few minutes, guys. says signs you are mentally exhausted. I'll get it right here in a minute. What is mental exhaustion? It's kind of physical tiredness, except it's in your mind instead of muscles. It tends to show up when you focus on mentally tough tasks for a while. You might also feel this kind of brain drain if you're always on alert or stressed out. Your job, caring for children or aging parents, and other things can lead to mental exhaustion. You're angry or impatient. Mental fatigue can put you in a bad mood. You may be short tempered or irritated, snapping at people more often. It's harder to control your emotions when you're mentally tapped out. Number 3, you can't get work done. Everyone's productivity goes up and down, but mental exhaustion can make it really hard to concentrate. It also saps your motivation. You might get distracted easily or start to miss deadlines. Even small tasks may seem overwhelming. Number 4, you zone out. This can look like mind wandering or drowsiness. It makes it hard to pay close attention to what you're doing, and you may not react to things very fast. This can be dangerous in certain situations, such as driving. Mental fatigue is linked to car wrecks. Number 5, you don't sleep well. You might think it'd be easier to snooze when your brain is tired, but that's not always the case. Research shows people who have jobs with high cognitive workload report more symptoms of insomnia than those who don't have mentally exhausting work. A lack of shut eye can make mental fatigue worse. Tell your doctor if you can't sleep or get really tired during the day. Treatment can help. Number 6, you do unhealthy things. You might start to drink or use drugs more than normal. Mental fatigue can take an even harder toll on those who already have substance use disorder. Experts think that because drug addiction changes part of the brain that helps you manage stress and controls impulsive behavior. Number 7, you're depressed. You may not have energy or feel like you're moving in slow motion. Some people say they feel numb. They can make it hard to finish things at work or do daily activities. Tell your doctor if you have really low feelings or a sense of hopelessness for longer than 2 weeks. This can be a sign that your depression is more serious. Number 8, you worry a lot. Mental fatigue triggers your sympathetic nervous system, that's you fight or flight mode. Anxiety is an alarm that tells you something is wrong. If you're always mentally exhausted, you might start to feel panicked or worried all the time. This often happens alongside symptoms of depression. Number 9, exercise feels harder. Experts aren't sure why mental fatigue affects physical activity. Some think your tolerance for exercise might go down, so it may seem like you're putting in more effort than you really are. Number 10, your eating habits change. Mental fatigue can affect your appetite in different ways. You may snack more than normal and not pay attention to what you eat. Stress can also make you crave sugary, salty, or fatty foods, or you may not be hungry at all. Number 11, you make more mistakes. It's impossible for your work to be perfect all the time, but mental fatigue lessens your ability to catch and fix your mistakes quickly or at all. That can cause serious problems in certain jobs, such as ones where you use machines. Oh, sorry, guys. Drive a vehicle or fly a plane. Number 12, you feel more pain. Everyone is different, which makes it hard to say how mental fatigue will affect your body, but you might get headaches, sore muscles, back pain, or stomach problems. If you have ongoing illness such as fibromyalgia, you may hurt a little bit more than usual, which they think that I might have fibromyalgia. Still haven't got that testing and stuff done yet. I know I have neuropathy from diabetes, and it sucks. Take breaks. You might feel less drained if you take short breaks during long stretches of mental work. There isn't an exact amount of rest time that works best for everyone, but you may want to recharge for a few minutes every 1 or 2 hours. Some people like using something called the Pomodoro technique. Here's how it works. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Focus on one task the whole time. Take a 5-minute break when the timer goes off. After the fourth 25-minute block, take a break for 15 to 30 minutes. Repeat until your task is done or your workday is over. Number 14, get active. There's evidence that you may feel even more energized if you exercise during your breaks. Try some jumping jacks or stretches for a few minutes each, or go for a 10 to 15-minute brisk walk. Number 15, find ways to relax. It's hard to avoid mental exhaustion completely, but you can learn to switch on your body's natural relaxation response. You can get a massage, or you can try meditating, yoga, or something as simple as watching a funny movie. Reach out to friends, family, or mental health professional if you need more support. And that was from WebMD. I know. Mentally drained makes you tired too, guys. Really. That's what I said. My body might have got sleep, but my mind didn't get no sleep. Sucks. All right, guys. I can't help it. I got tea, but it ain't doing me no good. All right. I'm going to pull up the StreamYard link and tell me what you guys think. I know that was a lot of info, guys, but because I know a lot of people might be going through it right now or have went through it in the past. So I definitely wanted to bring up as much information as I possibly could within reason, because that's a lot of talking, guys. Seriously. That's a lot of talking. All right, so it's pinned up at the top, guys. And if y'all want to come up. But yeah, I'm smoking a cigarette now, Lord. I can't smoke a cigarette while you're doing it. I have to vape. But just when I suffer with a lot of stuff. And I'm not trying to make it on me. I'm just trying to let you guys know I suffer with a lot of stuff. So when I have, when you see a lot of negative things like on YouTube or in real life person or like in real life, it kind of affects you, and so like you try not to let it affect you, but it just affects you. I mean, we're human. It happens. We're not perfect, Thank you, Ty, honey. Hopefully it helps you, sweetheart. And I'm here for you if you ever need me. I don't know if you're on my Facebook or anything, or if you have a Facebook. Send me a friend's request if you ever need somebody to talk to, or my email should be popping in sometime. Or you can do this I don't know if it still does it or not. Let me see. Hold on a minute, guys, and I'll tell you guys. This is my email. Maybe it'll come through. Anybody can do that, what I just did in the chat. Yeah. Anybody can do that. You don't have to be, hold on just a minute, Beachy. I see you, darling. You don't have to be a mod to do that. Anybody can do that. Ty, you can do that if you need my email. Or if you want my Facebook. Like, it's my YouTube Facebook, but I don't think, hold on just a minute, Beachy, and I'll pull you up, darling. I think I have my Facebook saved. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, there's my email. And then this is my YouTube Facebook. So both of them. And like I said, anybody, you don't have to be a mod to do what I just did. If anybody needed my email, anybody need my Facebook, here, I'm going to go ahead and pull you up, Beachy. I don't want you sitting there. What's up, girl? But I was trying to show everybody.
Hey, lady.
How are you, honey?
Good. How you doing, girl?
Girl, I'm here. And then
I had to make sure I turned the other. Yeah, I had to. I might have had an echo for a second, but I got it.
You're all right. I'm just trying to show because I forgot how to do this, like the Cash App, and just kind of letting everybody know how to do it, because you don't have to be a mod in order to do this, guys. You just do the little explanation point and then just type in whatever you want, but it's only set up for PayPal, Cash App, my email, and my Facebook. Just 4 different things. If y'all need it. Like I said, you don't have to be a mod to do that. Anybody can do that if they want it. Now Nightbot's going to tell me my email. Really?
Yep.
Crazy thing. But anyway.
Right on. Yeah, Pat says she always believed in a good cry
Oh yes, good cries
and
do
not to
help.
hold it
They
in.
do help
Yeah. No,
because
it's not a.
it's easier to let it out than keep it in. When it keeps it in, it kind of just bothers you and bothers
Or
you and it
there's
sits there and it
some of us
kills
that
you and
bottle
just
it up until the bubble pops,
yeah,
kind of
that's
thing
it. And then
too.
you and then when you hold it in, you just it explodes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just
Yeah.
good. Sometimes it's good to have a good cry. Sometimes it's good to have like somebody to vent to that'll listen. Sometimes
Hmm.
it's good. I mean, sometimes it's good to scream into a pillow. I mean, whatever you want
Yeah,
to
whatever
do,
you need to
sometimes you
do.
have to.
Sometimes, like Criminal Med was, sometimes you buy
Hey,
drums and
Casper.
play drums, or buy them for your kids to play drums and get
I
out
give
that
them pots and
aggression.
pans. Well, I don't now, but when they was younger,
Yeah.
I gave them pots and pans.
Yeah. Wait, my brother used to steal all my mom's pots and pans for a while
Hey,
and
Casper,
he'd add them
friendly.
to his drum set. Because we always had drums and guitars and keyboards and everything around the
But
house.
yeah,
So
I mean, just like because I suffer with so much, I really do. I suffer with a lot. I really do. And I'll just tell you guys because I have no, like, when I say I suffer with mental health, I truly do, unfortunately. But I will just go through a little bit of spew so y'all can kind of, when I was just talking about a few minutes ago, like the negativity in life, everything's fine here. I'm talking about, like outside.
yeah,
Everything's fine at home, but I'm like
yeah,
talking about like outside. You see all these people being negative, so of course,
right,
you try to be kind to them, and they're still assholes per se. You know what I mean? Like you try, and so it affects you, and not it doesn't mean to. She was in chat, honey,
yeah,
but she was driving Mama PI, and I told her
yeah.
to be careful. She might still
I
be
mean,
listening, but I don't know if she's back in chat. But anyway, so like I see a lot of negativity because you see like people mistreat. I mean, like people, you know, like today, for instance, I was at the grocery store and this guy, his card wasn't working because this girl gave him her food stamp card or something, and the numbers or something weren't working. So of course they had to
right,
type it in, and he was an elderly gentleman, and I felt sorry for him. He was in one of those scooter things. Well, he called because it
okay,
wasn't his card. I guess he was just picking up items for somebody else. I don't know.
sure,
And
sure.
he called her, and that girl went slap off on him. Slap
Oh,
off on him. Like, see, stuff like that just bothers me. And so I had to go
uh,
to the next cashier. But I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I was like, sir, are you okay? I mean, like, she was going off because
you
the
tell
card
her?
was broken. They had to type it in and it
No.
declined it, but then they had to do another one and accepted it. But she got all mad and she said, I'm just going to call the police because I know the stuff's on there and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what?
Well, now in New York, you're not supposed to use other people's cards. I will say that. But I mean,
But well, yeah. But what I'm saying, I was just like, why are you going off on him? Like,
yeah,
y-
he's
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, why be
yeah.
so
Why
negative
just
when he's
why
trying
not?
his very best? He's in a wheelchair for Pete's sake. She got him
Right,
so upset. He looked at us and he just kind of, I
right.
mean, like he wasn't crying, but he was just like,
Yeah, the world is nuts all these days.
she
Yeah,
was saying,
the gal
GD. I
gets
mean,
paid by the hour. It doesn't
she
matter
was
how long
going
she stands
off.
there with one customer.
And
That's
my
something.
kids were there and she was saying GD and everything on the phone. And I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
and the cashier, she was like, let me talk to the EMF and cashier. And the cashier's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Mm,
talk to her like that. She's on
nope.
the phone. I'm not talking to her. So that's what I'm saying. It's negativity outside too. It's not just here,
Gotcha.
it's also in the world too. And it just affects you. Like you don't mean it to, but it
Yeah.
really does because you're like, how could
Yeah.
people be like this? It's absolutely,
What
it's
are the
sad.
people on the internet so mean? That's part of a
They are
song
mean,
now.
but the people in real life are mean too. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
was like, why are you going off on him? He's trying to get what you told him to. Because I guess I mean, in my opinion, I guess you're too lazy to get out of your house and go get it yourself. You got somebody in a
Whatever the
wheelchair,
situation might
and
be,
then you want
right?
to call and cuss them because your card is broken.
All
Like,
right. Order a new
real.
card.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, why be negative on him? He's there getting the stuff, and you gonna
Yes.
call and cuss him, and then say
Right.
that get the police involved. What
See,
in the world?
and
Okay, what in the
that's
world is the police gonna do with your EBT card? I'm just saying, nothing,
right.
nothing.
I understand. Yeah.
So I'm just like,
people lose
jeez.
it on other people way too much these days. I try to remain calm and cool, collected, that kind of thing when I'm talking with other
Good
people and
Lord.
dealing with certain things. I don't try not to get too hyped up anymore. Those are my old days, my old fighting days. I've mellowed.
I'm telling you, but see, I'll just tell you guys, and y'all know I suffer with mental health, but I suffer with a lot. I really, truly do. And so when I tell you, y'all don't even freak out or nothing, but when I tell you guys what I suffer with, just prepare yourself because it's a lot. I mean, like I've never, and knock on wood, I have never, and no offense to people that have, because I would never ever judge nobody. And if you have to, you have to. If you don't have to, then you don't have to. If there's another way that you can get around getting your emotional self better, then you could do it that way. I have nothing against anybody that has been to a hospital for their mental health. No. I just want to say that right now. If you've been to the hospital for your mental health, then more power to you. If it helped you, I'm all for, you know what I mean? But I've heard that it sometimes helps and sometimes don't help. You know what I mean? So I myself, knock on wood, I myself have never been to I hate to say mental, but I've never been to a mental hospital. And that's one reason, that's what they're saying, that it's hard for me to get my disability because I've never been hospitalized for my conditions. Gotcha. So it's been a kind of a pain in the rear, but I'm still fine. But anyway, so more power to you. If it helps you, I'm all for anybody getting any type of help that they need, whatever way it is, whatever, whatever floats your boat, as long as it makes you feel better, I'm all for it.
Well, sometimes
but this is what seriously, and I have counseling and I have medication and I have a case manager, and they had me on Zoloft. They had me on the lowest dose of Zoloft. And wait till I tell you guys my diagnosis. But they had me on the lowest dose of Zoloft, 50 milligrams. That's what they gave me. I give it one a day. One.
Well, it all depends.
That don't help. It don't. It don't help me.
Have you told them that? You have to tell them.
I have told them that, and I had an appointment a couple of weeks ago through Zoom, and my doctor got pissed off at me, and because I couldn't open up, I got the Zoom link open, but the nurse sent me another Zoom link. So I was like, you're going to have to send it back to me. So she sent it to me again, and I tried to get back in, and they was waiting on another Zoom call. Yeah. She sent me the wrong Zoom link. So therefore they rescheduled me, and it's not my fault, but it's my fault.
Right. They should have still done a follow-up phone call.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? What the? So that made me feel, that made me feel crappy because I'm like, it's not my fault, but you're basically blaming it on me.
Oh,
it has nothing to do with me.
2 weeks ago, I totally forgot about one of my appointments.
Jeez,
so, it happens.
What the hell?
But yeah, usually on a Zoom thing, if you miss the thing, they'll call you on the phone to remind you and then get you back onto the Zoom type of thing.
This one was a straight up BI. Let's put it that
way. Yeah, well,
and I'm not saying it as your name, but you know what I mean. She got on the phone.
She's from the beach. She said,
she said, "Are you going to answer the phone? Answer the phone when I call you." And I'm like,
"Oh, wow."
And that wasn't even the doctor or the nurse. That was the secretary.
Wow.
And then when I told her, "Can you send me the link again? Can you send it back to me so I can go back in it?" She hung up on me.
I swear.
What a BI. Major BI.
What a beachcomber.
Yeah, a big old beach. Yeah. Lord. Yeah. Yes. Well, and I told my case manager, and I said, there's something needs to be done about her because I suffer with mental health. If she works in a mental health facility, which that's what that is, then she needs to be more compassionate to people that suffer with mental health and not damn hang up on them.
See, just saying. There's a big thing about
you was at work. You was at work, babe, when I was trying to get in my Zoom meeting. He said, you better be glad I didn't hear that shit.
Yeah.
He would have went off. He was at work.
I write shy. He writes shiat.
Well, he can agree with me. So let me tell you guys, I have
Yeah.
and y'all are gonna be like, okay, so why haven't you got your disability yet? Okay, so prepare yourself. Okay, I suffer with PTSD, which most of you guys already know. I suffer with PTSD. I suffer with major depressive disorder, regular depression, anxiety. Yeah, you're gonna be you just she's putting up her fingers.
I'm not. I'm just.
Anxiety.
Go ahead, honey.
Personality disorder from my PTSD. It's not bipolar per se. They never told me. I don't know, but
Okay, we're gonna
personality
give
disorder.
that one a half a finger.
She's like,
Give it a
I don't
half.
know. Personality disorder, but they said it's from PTSD.
Yes.
And then I have psychosis, which is, and I know I don't want to sound crazy, but if y'all don't know what psychosis is, it is hearing things and seeing things that are not there. Like I can see them and I can hear them, but y'all can't, if that makes sense. And I don't want to sound crazy, but I'm just trying to tell you. And what they told me that was from my trauma.
Right.
So you can ask Rebel. He's in here. I'll be like, babe, what did you say? And he's like, babe, I didn't say anything. I'm like, I could have swore you said something. He said, babe, it's just me. Like the kids are at school. It's just me and you. I didn't say anything. I said, I swear you did. And he said, no, I didn't. I'm like, okay, well, so I mean, it's just, they said it's part of my trauma. But and then I have pseudo seizures, which is a stress and anxiety induced. So I have PTSD, anxiety,
Rebel.
major depression, She also suffers from having a asshole as a husband. Just
I don't have that one.
But they said that I have childhood PTSD,
yes,
which I guess is a little bit different, and adult PTSD. And so I have I've had PTSD pretty much all my life. They figured it out. And I didn't even know. I thought I had adult PTSD because of really bad experiences that I went through. Very, very, very traumatic. But we ain't gonna talk about that tonight. But we'll eventually get there. Yeah. We'll eventually get there. But then as a childhood, so childhood all the way up, until adult, I can't even talk, adulthood. And then, so I'm like, but I'm in counseling. I'm on, I have no reason. Like I'm real with y'all. I've always been real from the get-go, but they had me on Zoloft. They had me on Zoloft 50 milligrams, very, very low dose, very low dose. And I had to beg them to get me an antidepressant because they would not give me one until I basically begged them to.
Wow.
And this was the same doctor that had to reschedule or whatever the Zoom meeting.
Right. Well, they may give you the low dose because of the other things that you already take too.
Well, I take Topamax, which is, hold on. This is what he says.
You don't have to tell us. I don't know if that's TOS telling names. I don't know if that's... You know more than I do.
Well, I'm prescribing them. So, I mean, it's not nothing narcotic or nothing like that. So
Right. Okay. I just,
He said this, they say
she
is too young to get disability. That's what they tell me.
No, you can be... No, that's not true. You need a different disability. Sounds like to me you need a different disability lawyer.
I've had my lawyer for 5 or 6
long time. Yeah, well,
years.
That means you need a new one now.
A long time. And they say we wouldn't take a case unless we know you would win. I've been fighting for disability for almost 13 years.
Yeah. Okay. So only once or many times?
Many times. I went before the judge. This will be my probably 5th time.
Okay. Well,
I've been many. I'm like, I've legitly fought for these. I haven't gave up. Like some people say, screw it, I'm throwing in the towel.
You have to, whether your fight is 6 months or 10 years or whatever. Yeah, you have to fight for them sometimes, unless, like you just said, about
well, and see, the thing about it is when you go to court and the judge denies you or approves you. If he approves you, then you're good to go. If he denies you, then you have to appeal the denial, and then you have to go before the appeals council to see if they will appeal it or whatever it's called. And most of the time they side with the judge. So then you
Mhm.
have to start all over again. And I've
Mhm.
started all over again about 6 times.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that you get it this time. I'm gonna knock on some wood for you. Um, yeah,
I'm
it is
like,
more difficult, like you
jeez.
said, without the side circumstances there of like maybe being in a hospital or things like that, or psych center or something like that. If you don't have certain episodes, there's no reason for you to be there. You know what I mean? If you're
Right.
not having certain things happening. So there that's a catch 22. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I just actually got discharged from my counseling after a long time, which is
Is
a
that a
good
good
thing.
thing or do you still
Yeah,
need it?
no, it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
great
okay.
thing.
Okay. Well, I thought that
So
there was going to be a butthole kind of like mine. I was like,
no,
give them
no,
a knuckle
no,
sandwich, girl. You're in New York. You
no,
said, I got this.
no. I've been putting in my work and I've been doing really, really well.
Yay.
And yeah, so I
Yay.
know, right? It's awesome.
Yay. Because I
I
was like,
said,
girl,
yep.
you're in New York. You don't play. You go up there and give them a knuckle sandwich. You got this.
Oh yeah,
New York don't play.
I'm a lover, not fighter per se. But no, it was a good thing. We had a nice last conversation last week, and I had totally forgotten one appointment before that because we had talked about discharging me already. So I don't know what happened. I totally just forgot all about it. It wasn't even on my calendar. So I mean, you know, it happens. But everything's cool, and yeah, you see, I see in your chat everybody's saying, they have this or that. We all have things that
Yeah, it
we're working
sucks. I'm
on, and
telling you.
body
It's like
ailments,
it's
mental.
crazy.
Yeah,
Because, like I
and
said,
that's
and I've always said, nobody's perfect. None of us are perfect, and
nobody.
you have no idea what somebody's going through unless they tell you. You have no idea. So just be
And
kind to
they,
everybody. You don't
some
know.
people have a resting bitch face like me, and some people have a resting happy face or whatever face, or some people are deep in thought and don't even see anybody around them. But we all have a real life that we're dealing with, and we all have family, hopefully, and friends and people like that we care about, and they always something going on in the world with anything. So yeah, and so I wanted to ask you if doing your channel is helping your mental health because of being positive and trying to keep us all lightened up. Is that helping you? Because
I
even
feel like it
though
is.
we're all in the chat that you know uh, congratulate you and promote you on to move forward, and we're here because we want to be here and hear the things that you're saying too. So um, I was hoping that you'd say, yeah, it's
I'm
helping me to help
listening.
myself. Help.
Like I feel, see, like I said, I feel in it because this information, like when I read it, it sticks. If that makes sense, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Now,
Hmm.
okay, I read a lot of information, as you guys well know,
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. It's all
but it's
good.
okay because it's all great information. I mean, it's
Right.
really good stuff, And
Yeah.
I'm in it, and
And
if I don't write it down, I don't really like to read, but I guess I like to read if that makes sense.
right.
If it's interesting stuff and it benefits people
Hmm.
or it benefits myself, I'm all for
Right.
reading and I can read all day long. But if
Right
it's
on.
just crazy stuff or if it's something that's not interesting, I'm like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think
Like,
we're all like that.
you know,
But yeah, I
so,
think we're all like
but
that.
I feel, like if, like I said, if I could help just one person, which
Hmm.
a lot of you guys have told me that I've helped, helped you guys. But if I could just help one person or whatever, it makes me feel better because I made a
Yeah.
difference in
Yep.
that person's life.
Exactly. I knew
You
that
know what I
would
mean? So
be
in
kind of
in
be your
return, it does
answer.
make me feel better.
Right on.
So I
Right
mean,
on.
it's not. I just have. We're all human. I just have my moments, like
Hmm.
everybody. But when you have all that stuff, like I just told you, kind of going hand in hand and all together, and then you deal with
Well,
crazy people
I
and
think like
the
yes, I know.
negativity is just like you
It
know.
can be, yeah, it can be. And the more positive you try to be, it seems like the more negative wants to get into your space. It's totally true.
And that's why I said
So
when
I
you
take it
sleep,
as you're reading. Okay, so when you're reading stuff, I don't hear like it's like just like music. We take the things that mean something to us to relate to us in our situation or whatever, and some other stuff kind of floats away, but the stuff that we need to hear, you're still reading it and we're hearing it, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a lot like music. You take what message it gives you, sort of, you know what I mean? You
Right.
know, and
Right.
I
Well,
think
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
awesome.
Like, I just think because a lot of
'Cause I
people
might not
tell
hear
me,
every single word you say, but I'm hearing what you're saying. Is what I'm saying.
right, right. Well, a lot of people say, that when I talk, and because y'all know me by now. I mean, like you know how my stream goes, and actually,
Mhm.
you're starting to know me. Because
Right.
like I tell you guys, and hippie grandma, I don't know if she's still in here, and Rebel knows, of course. What you see me right here on my stream is what you see me in real life. I'm not.
Right.
I'm me. This is me.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not. I'm totally 100% me.
I
You
get
know.
you. Hmm.
So I mean,
Same
like
here.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not. You're good, girl. So like I'm saying, I'm not. I'm not like what you see that. What's up, Slim Skittles? What's
That's
up,
what you.
girl?
Yeah,
That
that's what you're gonna get.
that's what I'm saying. Like if you met me in real life, and you started it, like hey girl, I would just carry a
Hey,
conversation.
Skittles.
It's just me. As the old saying goes, you never meet a stranger. That's kind of like
Right.
me in a way. Like I never meet a stranger. I mean, I was still reserved to a certain extent because
Yeah.
of my trauma and stuff, but I still am friendly
Yep.
as all get out. You know what I
I
mean?
know. I know exactly. Everybody's a stranger until you get to know them. That's something my grandmother used to say. But she'd always be cautious too. There's, you know, and you never know who somebody is. I live on a kind of in a rough neighborhood, and all kind of people walk by and stuff. And I'm not afraid to say anything to anybody, but you can see like other people move away and things like that, and that kind of irritates me when people have like a preconceived idea of stuff. Even people move away from when I'm walking down the street. So I don't know what that means, but you know what I mean. It's just a weird how society looks at some people
I just
differently
like
than others.
it's just terrible. I wish, like, I just don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know because you want to be such a good example. I guess you could say example. You want
Hmm.
to be such a good example. But I know I see you guys. I'm reading. I'm a
What we say?
reading.
What we
I'm
say?
reading.
I
I'm
wasn't reading.
reading. People are getting on to me. I'm reading,
Yeah.
guys.
You
I'm
gotta take care of
reading.
yourself too.
I'm
See,
reading.
she's
Look,
one of
look,
these.
my
She's one of these
mental health
caregivers.
awareness shirt.
Right on. You're one of those caregivers, like you would like a mama of the world kind of thing. Whereas you
Like,
would
put you
like,
under my wing. Let's go. Come on.
yep, you know, and it makes you feel better to help lift other people up. I know exactly where you're coming from.
It
But don't
warms
be
my heart
afraid.
to make a
Don't be
difference.
afraid to let others lift you up too. Okay, you gotta let others do the same for you because that makes them happy too.
I know. But like
Okay,
I've always told you guys, I
I
know
know what you
I'm
told
not
me.
I'm not used to it.
Oh, we're
So
gonna
y'all,
fight now.
I'm not. Well, come on. You're in New York, and I'm in. Let's go. This would be
Hey,
interesting.
my car's right outside. I ain't scared.
She said,
I ain't
"I'll see
scared.
you in the morning."
Well, yeah, I don't know if I can make it before you leave, so I'll be waiting when you get back. Oh. No, I'm not
Oh
going
Lord.
down. I'm not going down south this weekend or whatever. I'm
She's
sorry.
not
No,
threatening. We're just playing before
not
everybody
trying to
gets all
scare
crazy.
anybody or anything because there's all kind of weird stuff going on about that. I have nothing to do with any of that. Hope y'all know.
No negativity.
I
That
saw
was
you
a
in the
joke, guys.
kitchen.
Calm
It
down.
wasn't me. I saw you in the bathroom. It wasn't me. I saw you in Georgia. It wasn't me. I saw you in Florida. It wasn't me.
I didn't
Tennessee,
do
not
nothing.
me.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I'm in New York. You'll see me. Come to New York. You might see me. But
But New York has got all different towns. So
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
you got.
little. It looks like a little state on the map, but I guess it's pretty good size, ain't it?
It's not too bad. Certain directions are longer than others.
Mama P.I. said, "I'll sell tickets and popcorn."
Oh, look out. Now we gotta get somebody to make a lot of Jello, and we'll really make some money. There ain't no sense in women fighting around without no Jello. That's what I told Miss Ann.
She said, I told you to take care of yourself. Wow.
Yep, I'll get you. Well,
Hey, it's always good to have a
you're
good laugh,
welcome, Pat.
guys.
You're welcome, Pat. And I also sang it. I went to a fire at my nephew's the next night. That's why I missed. I think you were on Saturday. I missed you. I was out actually, real life doing stuff. But yeah, Pat, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have fun playing them. I'm getting
But
it
I
down
mean, like,
again.
I swear, this just all the negativity, just from everything, like
Yeah.
everywhere. All the
Yeah.
negativity. It's like people be positive. Just be positive, guys. Be
Yeah,
positive.
definitely.
Lord.
I'm not trying to be negative in any
Oh, I
way.
wasn't talking to you. I was talking in
Even when
general.
even
Dang
when
on.
I'm being my true name, I'm really not trying to be negative. Just,
Your name
um
is Beachy, not
yeah.
Bitchy. Beachy.
Okay.
It's Bitchy or
Yeah,
Beachy.
I
God,
love
I'll
it.
get it right here in a minute.
You know what it is.
It's Beachy.
It's it's
Daggone it.
beachy. It's
Yeah,
beachy.
that's what I
Bitchy.
thought. No,
Bitchy.
Beachy.
You're funny.
Bicci. It's
Yeah.
Beachy.
It's Beaky. Bicky. Bicky. Call me Bicky.
You
Just
know, but you know, Beachy. More than likely, that's probably going to be on a clip channel. Just letting you know,
I doubt it.
because people take
I
everything to offense now. Good Lord, guys,
Oh yeah, call
please.
me. I said the other night, call me whatever you want. Just call me in time for dinner, man. I'll be
God,
there.
my. Like people, just be positive. Everybody, just be
What?
positive.
What they
Don't
call me
let
in that
don't
chat?
let
What
none of this
Miss Potty
negativity
Mouth?
crap affect you.
Is Miss Potty Mouth calling me names?
My, I ain't seen her.
I know. I know.
Oh,
Somebody said
yeah,
hi
okay,
to
there
her.
I see her. Yeah,
She's
okay.
in
I was
there
about to
somewhere.
say I didn't see her.
Right on. Yeah. So I just thought I'd come up and say, yeah, I
It
enjoy.
does help me. I mean, it really does. Like I said, we're not perfect. I mean, nobody is.
I
And everybody
never
has their
claimed to
own.
be perfect.
Everybody has their own flaws, and everybody has their own issues, and
Mhm,
everybody, I'm not
mhm.
saying everybody suffers with mental health, but there is a
Yeah.
lot of people that suffer with it.
These
And
days, yeah.
so and you, like I said, like I've always said, you don't have to have mental health to be in here. It's also a supportive
Right.
channel, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, but it does help me just to make other people feel good. It warms my heart, and I have a huge heart, as most of you guys already know. It warms my heart because I live to. I mean, I didn't per se, but I mean, like I did, but I didn't, if that makes sense. I
Mhm.
did, or the information that I provided or read over, you know, lifted y'all's spirits. So, and therefore, it warmed my heart to make me feel a little bit better about myself, if that makes
Yep.
sense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it made y'all feel better, or y'all got
Mhm.
help, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
made me feel better. You know, if
Yeah.
that makes any sense at all.
It does. It
Something to
does.
that.
And
I'm
that's
trying to put
exactly
words out.
and that's exactly what makes other people feel better too. I mean, you always feel better when you're helping somebody, I think, rather than hurting somebody, you know what I mean? How can
Yeah,
that make you
because like
feel good to be hurting or whatever with somebody?
well,
You
like I
know.
said, uh, words, once you say them, it's very hard to take them back. And so they hurt. We're all humans. So just be careful what you say, because
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not saying, you know,
people let it roll right off. Usually, most things just roll right off like a duck's back kind of thing. And a lot of people say those kind of things. Oh, just let it slide, let it go, whatever. And then sometimes, you just get to a point where you just got to ask somebody a question. It's not like you got to be rude or mean or nasty or anything. You just, say, hey, let's talk about this. And it's better to do that than to make assumptions and to make up stuff that you don't know. You just talk about,
what?
just it just doesn't make any
He's
sense.
screaming at me,
So,
babe.
oh, what did I do?
Oh, you're good. Oh, thank you guys so much. 531 subs. Thank you guys so
Right
much.
on.
We dropped a
Awesome.
couple, then we brought some back. Thank you guys so much.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much. And Rebel said,
Slowly but surely.
let's hit the like, share, and subscribe for our host, the beautiful Angel. Thank
Right
you.
on. The most beautiful.
Thank you. But yeah, like I said, it just warms my heart. I mean, it really. I mean, like I said, we're not perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has good days and bad days, and that's all a part of my stream. You know, you're going to come in and have good days, and just like you, sometimes you hear me. You can tell my good days and bad days, which unfortunately it happens.
Everybody has them. You know, that's life. It's up and down. It's c'est la vie. You know, it is whatever happens, and sometimes it's hard to deal with the outside things that happen that are unexpected, and sometimes we just pull up our boots and get to it, and we do what we got to do. But the thing is to just keep moving forward, and keep trying to make positive changes in your life to make things better around you, and your family, and
right.
And being here for me, being here with you is one of those things. So I appreciate you too.
Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. Nobody's told you lately.
I have to say that, guys, if not, she will beat me up after the live, and I live with her. So there you go. Really?
I have to say what? What did we miss? He has to say,
let's hit the like, share, and subscribe for our host, the beautiful Angel.
The beautiful.
And if he didn't say that, I would have to. He said she would beat me up after the live.
Gotcha.
I am not that mean of a person. Rebel.
He's always playing like you'll go whoop his butt. Must be you're in charge over there, huh?
I'm as everybody says, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm the boss.
All right.
We used to teach Trinity when she was little itty bitty. It was so cute. She would say, "I the boss," and she say, "I boss." No, I'm the boss, and she say, "No, I the boss." Bad word.
Oh, what did I say?
Oh, you in the doghouse.
Oh, dang. What did I do? You did it, not me.
Look, Rebel did it. Look what he did.
Oh. What's that for?
I'm not the boss? Okay, I got you. So
you're not the boss. Okay. Oh, shit. Don't mean it. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being in here. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Right on.
Chris, one of our new people, a new face, he said, "Hi, Tytoon Angel. Thanks for trying to help people. I wish we had more people on YouTube like you." Thank you so much. Truly. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'm sorry. Slim said she fell earlier and she's got bruises on her knee, on her leg. And yeah, sorry to hear that. She said she's okay, though.
Hi, beautiful ladies.
Darling.
How are you?
I'm doing a little better. I just want people to be positive everywhere.
Me too.
YouTube, Me too. In life, everywhere.
I've been trying to experiment with this little idea lately. So you know how like you say you're having a good day and you're feeling positive, and it just sometimes only takes this one, like, not that someone's being negative towards you, but like if they're having a negative day or experience, then they let you know about it.
Rebel is trying to talk to you, hon. Sorry.
I know. I see it. He says, "I'm making the bed right now, babe. I love you. Got your slippers ready. Bath is drawn, ready for you to go."
All right. Well, we'll give you just a couple minutes. I guess I'm going to drop down. I'll catch you guys.
Thank you, Beachy, for coming up here. Now, Friday, you
hey,
coming
Wild
up here.
Angel.
You're still playing, right,
cut you off. I think... I don't know what his plan. Tell her you're getting the rose petals on the bed, and I love you. And right on.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
All right.
But tomorrow we're going to the Summer Wells's vid. I think it's called Vigil.
Have a blessed and peaceful time while you're
Yes,
there.
and I'm going to get pictures. Like I said, I'm not going to go live because that's just,
Right
we're
on.
not going to do that.
That's
you know,
okay.
but we are going to take pictures. So I will have pictures.
All
So
right,
y'all will
cool.
be, even though you're not, y'all will be with us in spirit. And then when we
Right
show
on.
pictures, y'all would definitely feel like you're there. You know what I
Right
mean?
on.
And Rebel said he's going
Awesome.
to do like a mini live, but not actually there. He's just
Right,
going to show that
right,
we're going there and we're there, and then cut it
right.
off. You know what I mean?
Well, right on. I wish you a blessed time there. I'll let you talk to a Wild Angel for a few minutes before
You're
you go,
fine.
and
Thank you,
I'll
Beachy,
see
for
you.
your kind words. Thank you, my friend.
Thank
Thank
you. I
you.
Go
appreciate it.
go join a couple of the girls. They're in the chat.
Okay, right
There you
on.
go.
See you
All
later,
right.
girl. All right, bye.
Love
See
you.
ya.
Peace. Love you.
Love you, girl.
So what was I saying?
Emma, I don't know.
I'm just
Don't
messing
ask
with you.
me. I
I
don't
knew you
know.
did. I'm just messing around. I don't know what I was trying to say is it's hard to sometimes stay in that positive frame, even if you were in one. If someone comes to you and they're upset themselves. And so I've been working on trying to figure out how to keep my mood in the place where I already had it, but then still help other people with what's going on with them. Because you know what I mean? Because if you get to the point where that infiltrates you too much, then it can ruin your positivity at that moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's what I was saying. I think me and a lot of people are trying to figure out exactly how to balance that out because it's interesting.
Right. Well, see, like I said, I try not to. I just try to. I just try to stay positive. So, when I say, because I haven't. I still, guys, I am doing some massive research. If you guys can help me, I am really doing some research to try to find channels like mine, and that I can't not. I cannot find anything. All I can find is like counselors, doctors,
Right.
psychiatrists, and stuff like that.
Right.
And they have millions and millions and millions of views, which is fine, whatever. And I'm supportive, but they don't have no lives, so you can't go in there and you can't message. You can't be, like what we're doing right now.
Right.
And
Interact with
like
them.
I
Right.
can't. I'm trying to find people kind of like us to support, and I cannot find anybody. Every time I try to type in like mental health or mental illness or support or anything, I can't find nobody like us. I can't. So I need y'all's help. If y'all can find anybody, if I'm the only one, well, that's great. But still, I would love to find some to show them some support and positivity as well. I'm all for supporting each other. Hi Mel, good to see you, love. I seen you, darling. We were just sidetracked. Hope you're doing okay, sweetheart. Yes, we don't want no negativity and drama. I'm all about
Right.
positive. I can't even talk. Being
Positivity. Yeah.
positive. Being
Exactly.
positive, guys. I don't want no drama. I don't want no he said, she said. Like, no, nobody can be the good in the world and show the good in the world and be kind if all you're dealing with or all you're seeing is negativity and
Right.
drama. How can you be good? I mean, I'm not saying that you're not good, but you can't, like, it kind of controls the good, if that makes sense. Like, you're a really good person and you're trying to be positive, but there's so much negativity and drama and all that crap going around
To
that
be honest with you,
one
I've never.
little person down here, or like a handful of people down here that's trying to be good, and you got drama huge.
Right.
How can you really make a difference? Like, you can weed through there and say, hey, be positive, and nobody's really going to make you a hill of beans because they are too focused on the negative, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Right. Well,
So it's like,
definitely, YouTube's been a new experience for me since last year, and I just kind of blown away by a lot of it. It seems like a lot of drama gets a lot of views, and I don't agree with that. I think that people just in general get interested in drama, but should be more focused on positive. You know what I mean? Just like what
right.
you're
I
saying.
think because if you think about it, I mean, Hello, Dee's Creations. You're good, darling. Please send me a message. Send it to me on my personal Facebook. If you still have my personal Facebook, send me a message on my personal Facebook, honey. I love you, honey. I've been
Because if
praying for
we're,
you, darling.
if everybody's coming and you're, you're going to either visit with friends, be on a channel, whatever the reason is, whatever, when everybody's visiting on YouTube, you don't want to, just, yeah, like literally there, like you said, I agree. Just let's put it that way. You definitely, there needs to be way more positive channels than there is.
Yes. Yes.
Completely.
And trust me,
You
I
know what I
typed
mean?
in positivity and couldn't.
And
I
I
was
know a lot
like,
of people want to start channels, and I'm just like, you know what? Make it positive, please. Just don't
please.
make it. There's too many crimes. There's too many dramas. There's too many other things. And I've been trying my hardest to talk to a lot of people. I'm like, you know what? If you're having a bad day, check it out. Like, and if you can't, like, if you're not on doing a show at that time, there's other shows that you've done, a whole lot of them that could be watched, to get caught up. So I've got some people watching and catching up.
Yeah,
I'm trying to I'm
there's a
trying to get
bunch.
these younger girls to, focus on like it. You don't have to be a certain age to have issues. We have them. You get issues from the time you're a small child. Life starts.
Well, like I said, and for my channel, because I suffer with mental health, but this is not just all about, hey, Kenzie C, good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, darling. This is not all about mental health. I mean,
Right.
granted, I do suffer with mental health, and I know a lot of people suffer with mental health, but we do cover mental health, but we also cover well being. We cover support, awareness, motivation, encouragement, and positivity. Like that's all great stuff, guys. Good vibes. It's all good vibes. It's nothing bad. And if we
Right.
do cover something mental health related, that's kind of triggering per se. But to me, it's awareness to let people know that they're not alone in this world, that
Right.
please get the help because your life
Right.
is important and you matter. You're
And,
very
and
important and
maybe
you matter.
not even being afraid to come up and, I know it can be nerve wracking, but getting like used to and comfortable with people you're familiar with here, when we're sharing different things we all go through, sometimes it just, if you don't want to go to a therapist or you feel like that's too much, a big step, this is the step in between. This can be that place that you go
Right.
in and know that you're not alone and that we all have things we deal with every day. It's just kind of what we do with what we're dealing with that matters at the end of the day.
Right. And
Where
there's
do you
no
take that next
there's
step?
no judging here at all. Like I said, it sucks to be judged and I think everybody should just stay humble. Like
Yeah.
nobody's I mean,
Agree
in
to
my opinion,
disagree. We're not all
no
going to agree
nobody
on
is better than
anything.
nobody.
Nope. No,
That's
we're
just
all
my opinion.
wonderful in our own way.
And that's a positivity thought. Nobody's
Right.
better. I mean, be humble. Like you be humble and just be yourself. Don't be somebody that you're not. Don't act a certain way just so people will like you. Just be
Right.
yourself. And
That's
the
probably
true
one
ones
of
that
the,
love you will stay. And the
that's right.
people that don't, well, I mean, I don't. You just got to stay positive. You got
My
to be
grandma
kind.
used to say back in the day, if they're not, if they don't find you the special things about you and are there to be your friend or in your life for the right reasons, then there's not a place for that person. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to dislike them or that there has to be any ill feelings. It's just the way it is,
Right.
and sometimes that's just safety for everybody involved,
Yeah.
you
Yes,
know.
the kids are excited about going. What we're trying to do, and one reason we're taking the babies is because we are trying to teach them at a young age. Granted, I don't do true crime here, but my husband does. So, of course, I mean, as you guys know, but for the new people that are in here, my husband does true crime, and then of course I do the happiness. He does the true crime, and then he talks about our veterans. So we kind of do a little bit of everything. We're kind of, but we do it all, a little bit of everything. And then Friday nights he has bonfire and we play music and dance. But anyway, yes, we're trying. They're going with us, and we try to tell them a little bit about the situation. With Summer Wells and her just being missing for a couple years, and she's a little girl, and that we're trying to bring awareness to her, and maybe she might be found and bring justice for her. You know what I mean? And so we're trying to teach them at a young age. So maybe when I'm hoping not, but maybe when they get older and something of this, they might be involved in true crime, like we are. Well, I am to a little bit, but like Rebel is, to bring a voice for the voiceless. What if they was that only person's, like what if they, I'm trying to get words out. I'm trying to say it. What
Well,
if, like they seen something and they didn't say anything? Like we're trying to teach them. If you see
right,
something, say something. You might be that only person's voice. You know
right.
what I mean?
It's good for
You
them to
don't
be
know.
educated and understand, because them being educated that way also can help them protect themselves from things that they'll come across, because this world
Mhm.
is a messy place. And I can't even imagine having little kids now. Kids, mine are all grown, but my husband, I have stepkids and they're young. And, I've had some serious conversations with them. Serious conversations. I'm like, don't think just because we live in a community where there's one way in and one way out that you can't there can't be somebody that's visiting somebody that's not okay. That person couldn't swing by while you're riding your bicycle down the road you're not supposed to be on, and next thing you know, you're in a car.
Right. Right.
And it might be a little scary for them to hear that, but literally they have to be told that stuff, because they don't go to school and teach them that stuff
Oh
necessarily.
no.
So
So.
like it's up to us to constantly
Mhm.
protect them and let them know, look, if I'm not right there with you, you got to know what to do,
Right.
because it just takes a second and they're gone.
I like Chris's post. He says, just stay positive and move on, and don't be afraid to cut someone out of your life, else out of your life. If they don't care about you, then they don't matter.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And it took me a long time when I was younger
Sorry,
to figure
Juanita.
that out. But eventually I did. I thought, well, if I spend my whole life and the only people I talk to are my own family, I'm okay with that, as if that means that keeps me from going through stuff I don't need to.
Right.
I mean, and now I've met all sorts of wonderful people that I probably never would have met if it wasn't for YouTube. But
Right.
so at the end of the day, there's a lot of negative stuff that's happened, but there's been more positive. And for me, the positive completely outweighs that. Like, to me, that doesn't even matter anymore. All of it. It's just having people that, when you wake up in the morning, you're not alone anymore. You're like, oh, I can call this person. And you relate with certain people different ways. Some people have a lot in common, so you can talk to them about anything.
Right.
And some people you might talk to about specific things because that's what works. But definitely I'm, kind of like you. I kind of kept to myself, and I have my family. I'm busy. You just get completely overwhelmed with it. But then at the end of the day, you're kind of lonely. Even if you're married, you're still kind of lonely, and you're like, wait a minute. I have all these things in my mind. Who do I tell it to? If your husband's tired and asleep, or, you know, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you're up
That's why I
late
say
doing
always,
laundry,
it's always good to have a support system. It's always good to
it
say,
is.
and it's always nice to hear, like when I say that I'm here for you guys, I know that y'all enjoyed that. I'm here for each and every one of you guys. And it also, and I know I'm hard on myself. And y'all always say, well, you need somebody there for you too. But it's always what also makes me feel good when y'all tell me that. So it works both
Yeah,
ways. You know what I mean? It works both ways. It's
right.
just hard when, you know, it's hard to open up certain
It
because
is.
you've had a screwed up life your whole life. You know what I mean? Except for now, my life's good. But childhood and stuff is what I meant. You know what I mean? So
Right. I try to
I'll
forget
get
mine.
there eventually.
That's another situation where you have it's positive and negative stuff together, where, like, as bad as some awful things have happened to us, maybe as children or younger people, but the good things that happened outside of those bad things are the ones that we have to focus on. Otherwise, we'll never get beyond it because it's so straining. You know what I mean?
But then sometimes you have to take a break. Like I didn't go live. It drove me crazy not to go live last night because I'm starting to go live more often now. And I'm
Right.
just like, what do I do with myself? And Rebel said, she's tired, which I am tired. I was tired and I still kind of am. But, like I said, in earlier, when you go to sleep, your body might get rested. But when you've got 15,000 things going on in your mind, it's kind of like somebody that suffers with ADHD, but you're suffering with depression and everything else. You got everything going on in your mind. You can't get your mind calmed down to rest. So you wake up, your body might be rested, but your mind doesn't feel like it slept at all. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
have a hard time with that. I really do. Like right
So,
now we're talking and I have like 6 different things going through my head at once about things that I need to do, things that need to be finished, why I don't like what's over across the room right now.
right,
I'm
right.
just
I mean,
saying,
like,
I'm just saying I have a mind that never
it
quits. It's like,
happens, and it sucks because you're constantly tired, and you don't mean to be, but you are. I
right,
mean, because it's just like a fighting battle with yourself. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna go to sleep. Now, mind you, go to sleep with me. Like, it's bad that you have, or
right.
maybe like take your mind out and put it on the side table. You can't do that. You know what I mean? It's like, now you go to sleep. Like, you got to treat it like a child. Like, you go to sleep too, and we're gonna go to sleep, and I'll put you back in my head. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be awesome, because you would get all kinds of sleep and tell it to be good and go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like a kid. But you can't
Right.
do that, unfortunately.
No,
You know?
that would be ideal.
But you can't do that, unfortunately. So you're like, you know. You're welcome, Ty, honey. You're welcome, sweetheart. Well, this is a place that, there's no judgment here. There's no drama in here. If there is, we take care of it. Like, we let them know, hey, don't do it here. Everybody's welcome here. Just we don't want no negativity.
And
We
that's
don't
worked
want no
good.
drama.
That's
We
worked
don't,
good for you guys.
I won't block nobody, but we will let you know, hey, please stop.
Right.
But Ty, honey, we're here for you, sweetheart. And I'm glad there is a channel that you guys can actually come in and be yourself. That's what, that's what we all want. Like certain channels you can, you don't really get to open up much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this channel, you can come in and be yourself. You can open up. We support one another in here. It's all about positivity and supporting one another and encouraging one another and lifting each other up and saying, hey, well, you're not alone. We got you back, type of thing. So, that's what it's all about.
It is, and I want you both to know that we respect both of you a lot. You guys have been through the ringer too, through all the YouTube funds and ups and downs, and you guys have stood strong. And you might not have millions of people. There may not be 2,000 viewers all the time, but you know what? It's not always about that. It's more about who you reach out to and what you're. At the end of the day, you guys have good intentions. And that's what people are going to be drawn to, is the good intentions, and that you say what you mean and you follow through. Okay. Because that's what everybody, it's respectful. And, and people see that. And so, I always say, I'd rather be good than better. You know what I mean? Meaning, you know what I mean by that, right?
Right.
Right. Meaning I don't need to be a millionaire,
Right.
but I just need to be okay.
Right. And it's not all about the money anyway.
Right.
You like I said before, and I know y'all have heard me say this, you can be a billionaire and still need somebody to support you, still need positivity. It doesn't matter who you
Yeah.
are. Everybody needs positivity in their life, and everybody needs somebody to talk to, a support system or whatever.
Right.
Mama
So
Pia, what's your surprise, darling? I'm excited. I've seen your post. What's your surprise? Are you going to surprise us with it later? Daggone it. I've been waiting. That's why I haven't jumped off here yet. I've been waiting, Mama P.I. Daggone it. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. You're welcome, Ty, honey. You're welcome, sweetheart.
I'm going to be taking you somewhere special on the 4th of July with me.
Who?
Y'all.
Where are you going?
I'm going back where I was before with Belinda, but we're going to try this again for the 3rd round. I'm going back
Well,
where I was.
hopefully everything goes good. I'm just going to say it ahead of time, a couple weeks in advance.
Exactly. I've been
Hopefully
praying for a
everything
month.
goes good. Positive vibes.
Definitely. So I can get some good footage
Positive vibes,
of the
please.
vibes. And I've never got to go see the fireworks anywhere else but, around home. And so this is what I've been wanting to do for a while. So I'm hoping it works out and they have some fireworks over the river or some awesome thing like that.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm just got my mind set on getting some things accomplished around here and then try to figure that all out too. But I really hope that you guys have a wonderful day tomorrow and everything
Well, yeah,
turns
I
out
don't know
great.
if I'll be uploading pictures tomorrow night, but I know they will be. I don't know if they'll be Friday. They might be Friday, but probably more than likely Saturday night because Friday is our karaoke and open panel live, and then of course,
Right.
White Trash Family goes live, so it's gonna be Friday's always packed. I mean, not packed, but busy. I mean,
Right.
you know what I'm trying to say. It's
Right. It's a busy evening.
yeah, steady.
I
You know what I
remember
mean.
one Friday, I think I
So,
spent 12 hours on
whew,
mine, and I was like, it was
no.
a busy night.
You're like, okay, I can't keep my eyeballs open. I'm going to bed. I love you guys.
Right.
But if it's a great place to be, it's worth it. But then you're like, okay, 12 hours. I
Right.
can't do it no more.
Well, and it seems like when there's nights that aren't like that, there's nights when there's somebody that needs to talk. And if it's 2, 3, 4 hours, I'll stay up and listen because people need that. You gotta have that. I
Right.
remember there's been nights when I've sat here and thought, I wish there was just one person awake that I could talk to right now, because then I'm like, maybe I could go to sleep if I could just get
Right.
something off my mind.
Right.
And now that's there, but it didn't used to be. And I thought, geez, I was missing out on a lot of friends, but you can't really just meet people. How do you meet people nowadays? Meeting people through here might be a little bit different way of having friends, but sometimes that's the only way you can do it. If the most
Right.
special people in the world are spread out everywhere. They're not maybe next door or in the city you live in, but they're all over,
Yeah. You gotta find the good ones though. You gotta find the good ones. That's
Right,
for damn
right.
sure. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a challenge. But I say to people, just don't give up thinking that there aren't good people out there because there are.
Oh yes, absolutely. There's real people. You just gotta weed through all the bad to find it.
Exactly. And sometimes, you have friendships that'll bloom and then they'll chill for a while and people get busy with life and then later they rekindle. I've had that recently happen. I haven't gotten a chance to, we haven't got a chance to get together. Our lives have been busy, but we didn't speak for a long time and it wasn't for any bad reason. It was just a simple misunderstanding. But then I think, in life you find out sometimes it really wasn't that one little thing that did it, but it's just that people have a lot going on and they got to kind of cope with that before they can go back to where they were before, kind of,
Right.
you know. And so I'm just baby steps, things like that.
Well,
But
it'll get better, just as the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you kind of have to rekindle your friendship back. You know what I mean? Like
right.
slowly, not you know
Sometimes
what I mean?
things are
Kind
better
of kind
that
of
way.
start over in a way. You know what I mean?
Right. Start all
So,
over. And you're starting over in a different chapter of your life too, because you may
right.
have that friendship may have come when you in a whole nother chapter. And
Exactly.
it is interesting how you kind of like in life eventually come across people again or whatever, and they're completely different, you're completely different, but deep down you're still the same two people that decided you wanted to be friends to begin with.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how it goes. But I
And
love
I
you,
was
One Angel. I'm getting ready to jump off here,
love you
honey.
too, sweetie.
Thank you
You
for
guys
coming up
have a safe
here.
travels tomorrow.
We will. And like I said, it will probably be, I'm thinking probably Saturday because Friday's chaotic, like I said. So it'll probably be Saturday when I do my live. I'll pull up all the pictures and everything. That's going to be exciting. So, and I might
I'm
even just
looking
do an
forward to it.
open panel, but kind of let everybody know how Thursday went. So I don't
Right,
know.
sounds
We'll go
good.
from there.
All right,
All right,
sweet
honey.
dreams.
Love you,
Bye-bye.
you too, honey. See ya. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for the wonderful live. It means so much to me. Okay. Mama PI said, I apologize, Mama PI. I'm sorry. It will be coming in a few days. I'll be sending out a video that involves kangaroos. Oh, we'll be hands-on with them. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yes, I definitely can't wait. Well, I love you all. Yes, Mama Pi. Definitely. I don't know how you can send them to us or however you do it, but I want to see the videos or pictures or whatever. I want to see. Please. Please, please, please. Yes, but I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for coming in here. Y'all have a wonderful night, and like I said, I will be at the Summer Wells Vigil tomorrow, and we are going to. Oh, how sweet! She said she's gonna bottle feed them. Oh, but we'll be at the Summer Wells Vigil tomorrow, and we're gonna be taking pictures. Like I said, we're not gonna be it probably is. We're not going to be going live, but Rebel will be showing live like on our way there and showing that we're there at the park. And then of course he's going to cut it off. And then we'll take all kinds of pictures, guys, so that way y'all can be involved too. And y'all will be with, in spirit with us as we're there for that beautiful little baby girl. And hopefully we can bring awareness to her, and hopefully justice will be served, and she can get the justice that she needs, and she will be found. We can only hope and pray that she's alive. We can only hope and pray that. So I'm hoping that this vigil can bring some awareness, and maybe she will be found, and justice will be served. That will be awesome. That would be an awesome day, guys. So it's all about justice for that little girl and support and awareness for that little girl, Summer Wells. So I will see you guys Friday at the White Trash Family Bonfire, where we play music and dance. And then I will see you guys here Friday night, where we have the open panel with Beachy, karaoke, quotes, singing, and all kinds of good vibes. So y'all have a wonderful night, and thank you guys so much for coming in here. Thank you to the new subscribers. Welcome. You're in a great place, positivity wise, and let everybody know. Please share the wealth. Mine. As the old saying goes, it's like word of mouth type thing. So please let everybody know, and everybody's welcome. So y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys Friday. I love each and every one of you guys. And if y'all need me, please reach out to me on Facebook or email. I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night, okay? 532 subs. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Y'all just keep them rolling. Let people know. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys Friday, okay? Love you guys. Peace.